Welcome to another Ice Guys live Betcast. It's game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. Florida Panthers, Edmonton Oilers, and we are ready for a pivotal paramount game in this series because it's pretty much done if Florida wins, and we might still yet have a series if Edmonton wins. That's how important this game is tonight here, game 3 with the Panthers and Oilers. Ian Cameron, Alex B. Smith, and a bevy, a plethora of guests joining us throughout the course of the night. Alex, you're fired up for game 3?
Yeah, absolutely. This is big. It's make or break for the Edmonton Oilers. It could define the entire series, and like you said, obviously right off the bat, the first 20 minutes of play will be important. Of course, it was my best bet today. The first period over, and you like Edmonton to get a goal in the first period. So those are the plays we'll be circling and looking for. But Edmonton has to play their absolute best hockey of not just this year, probably the last 5 years in this first 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's got to be a hellacious first period. It's got to be take the body at every opportunity, get in on the forecheck, give Florida a taste of their own medicine. I know Edmonton's game is a little more finesse than the Florida Panthers. That goes without saying. But you've still got to really impose your will physically. We're at the point of the season where, making the tape-to-tape pass, making the great play and the fancy play, it's just overthinking it at this time of year. You got to impose physically on Florida, something that they have no problem doing to you. You've got to try to repair or return the favor toward them for a change. We'll see if the Edmonton Oilers are able to do that. We'll reiterate quickly the main bets that we're on pregame. For me, it's the over trifecta. For me, over 1.5, over 5.5, over 1.5 first period, over 5.5 full game, both teams to score, which I got at plus 210 at BetMGM, a really nice price with that, both teams to score in the first period. And I'm on Edmonton to score a goal in the first period, which is my best bet on the show earlier today. And that's I didn't bet team totals for Edmonton other than them to score in the first period because we've seen a pattern where Florida gets stronger second period and third period. So I'm only on Edmonton to score first period minus 145 there.
Yeah, and I got the first period over 1.5. I got plus 105. Like I said, I will be trying to add a little bit more on if I see the pace I like early. So anything we get now will be plus money, obviously. But also liking Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to score first goal of the game. That was a 21-1 hit. That was my bargain bin, along with him just to get a goal at any time. I got plus 370 with that, and it's anywhere between plus 3. I think we all were between plus 370 and plus 380. The three of us that had that on today's show. So those are the only plays I have as of now. And also a full game over 5.5. I laid $1.05 with that as well.
I'm seeing, it's pretty uniform with the Edmonton to score in the first period. Pretty much every book I'm seeing has it at minus 145. BetMGM, DraftKings, Bet365, they've all got that Edmonton to score a goal in the first period, all at minus 145. So again, that's not a bad price considering you would expect Edmonton's going to throw everything at Florida.
Here's the thing, right?
Going. Yeah.
What we said, at least what I said on the show, is that Edmonton has to win the first period to win the game. What are you laying for the game? 140, 145. That's what was flown around all day. So why not just
minus 155 at Caesars? Actually, it's still less than what Caesars is right now at minus 155. I saw Todd Furman on Twitter posting that Caesars has moved to minus 155, if you can believe it, on Edmonton.
You're better off laying that price on Edmonton to score a goal in the first, and then you can adjust and do different things once you hit that money. You hit that, and now you can adjust, and maybe you don't like Edmonton now after they scored the goal because Florida has some momentum, or you like them to really blow them out, and now you can go with them puck line. You can. That's the beauty of live betting and putting yourself in one position pregame is that you can move off of that later, whether it goes in your favor or not.
Yeah, and it looks like there's some lineup changes, by the way, for Edmonton that a little bit different than what I assumed it would be on the show earlier today. Perry is in. Perry is definitely in. We got that one right. But what we do see is Ceci is back in with Kulak. It's Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Broberg, Kulak, Ceci, and Desharnais back out again for the Edmonton Oilers. So it's Ceci in, Desharnais out, and it's Derek Ryan in and Sam Carrick. Actually, it's Derek Ryan in, Evander Kane out. For the Edmonton Oilers. But the change is Ceci's back in, and I wasn't sure about Cody Ceci being back in the lineup tonight, but he is. And that's Chris Knobloch, Alex. He gives you the little slap on the wrist, the little, we need better out of you. Sit your ass down for a game, maybe 2, but then it's not going to be it's not going to be chained against you for the rest of the season. He'll put you back in. He'll give you another chance, and look what he's doing with Ceci here.
Well, it's one thing to do that with Stuart Skinner, who's your number one goaltender and the only chance you have of winning a championship. It's a little different when it's Cody Ceci, a guy who deserves to be somewhere in a suit in the press box.
That's going to be the interesting part. Look, the thing that you take out with Desharnais is, look, that's a penalty killer. That's a physical player. That's a risk, I think, taking him out and putting CC back in.
Yeah, especially when you have Corey Perry back in the lineup, who at times has been a walking penalty. So
which he's got to rein that in tonight. 100% he has to. He is going to, I think, try to get in the kitchen of Bobrovsky. Even I find he hasn't done that stuff as much as he's done in the past. It's just, he's been out of sorts. I don't know what it is, but he's been out of sorts, Corey Perry, for the majority of these playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can deliver because let's be real, it's been a very underwhelming return so far from Corey Perry in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yes,
for the Edmonton
absolutely.
Oilers.
Yeah.
Like we said, Father Time doesn't wait around for anybody. Props, Alex, just reiterate, what did you bet prop-wise?
It was just everything, like I said, with Nugent Hopkins' first goal and anytime goal. Those are really the only kind of things I stuck around with, so I didn't add anything else on with them.
Yes, for me, as basically the main ones for me are Bennett goal, Bennett assist. I actually sprinkled on Bennett first Florida goal, and I did the same with the Nuge first Edmonton goal. Both of those at 11-1. Brian Nugent-Hopkins is my bargain bin special, plus 380. You're getting him at that price on the top line with McDavid, who's got to have a huge game tonight for the Oilers. Certainly play better than he did in the first two games. He damn well has to do that. And we'll see if Nugent-Hopkins can be the benefactor of maybe an improved effort from Connor McDavid tonight. Dylan Holloway, plus 660. These are small sprinkles. Ryan McLeod, plus 725. Henrique, plus 640. Fogle, plus 825. Brown, 11-1 just to score a goal. Connor Brown. And yes, I did take just a small piece with the old man, Corey Perry, at plus 850 here tonight. They're all good prices. You hit one, and certainly if you hit two, you're easily profitable. I mean, so that's got to be the approach you have. And Bouchard, plus 440. Ekholm, plus 900. Then on the Florida side, Forsling, the birthday boy, plus 800 to score a goal tonight for the Florida Panthers. Lundell, plus 490. Bennett, plus 380. Barkov, plus 310, I thought was a great price, considering, I think he's going to be a little ornery tonight after taking that hit the other night from Draisaitl. So, and that's another thing, too. How does Florida plan on going about it? There he is, the great Robert Clark, singing the anthems right now in Edmonton. Does a great job, is right in the crowd with everybody, which I think is just a beautiful touch to it. But it's going to be interesting to see. Does Florida decide, you know what, we didn't like that hit, but at the end of the day, our captain's fine. He's in the lineup tonight. He didn't miss any games. Can we just park it? Maybe look at next year when you play Edmonton in the regular season if you want to go after Leon then. I think for Florida, I don't know if we're going to see shenanigans tonight, Alex. I don't know if we're going to see people going after Leon. Maybe they do a little bit, but I don't think they'll go over the line. And for Florida, I think this is more business trip, and let's do our talking and our vengeance on Leon Draisaitl by beating them in a game they have to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't expect a whole lot of animosity, but if you have a chance to line up and hit 29, by all means, they're definitely going to do it. They're not going to back away from him by any means.
100% right. Shout out to everyone in the chat. There are a lot of our familiar faces. We're going to start filing out the links very soon as far as the Betcast link for everyone to join us here tonight. We appreciate it very much. And like I said, this is a great night to have a Betcast because this is, with all due respect to Game 1 and Game 2, the level of importance for this game is it's like 10 times more important, this game, than the first two, because this is basically going to determine if we have any kind of series or if we have no series after tonight. Because to me, there's not really a whole lot of faith I have in Edmonton being able to come back down 3-0, if they lose this game tonight. So shout out to everyone in the chat. I can tell the crowd is amped up just with the renditions of the anthems. You can hear them, clearly coming through the broadcast here. So that is definitely one of these situations where I think the crowd's certainly ready. The crowd's going to give Edmonton the boost they're looking for. The question is going to be, can they use it to their advantage here tonight, the Oilers in Game 3? Can
they use it to their advantage, or could Florida shut them down first? Yes. That's the biggest thing for Florida. And I was listening to shout out to the eye test, Jimmy Murphy, of course, and Pierre McGuire. And Pierre said it. He says, you got to have the physicality. He says, if you start hitting everything in blue, and that leads to you getting those transitions, getting those turnovers, and scoring a goal, you can take the air out of this building. And if you do that, that really puts a damper on Edmonton trying to get any kind of momentum here in this game and in the series.
Yeah, there is no question. I think it's very important here for Edmonton. It shifts in the offensive zone and not letting Florida really get their cycle game going, because even those little things can just drown out the crowd for a little bit. And if they see Florida just pressuring in the offensive zone, rolling one line after another, shift after shift, that's the crowd's going to get tense. And every time that happens for an extended period of time during the game tonight. All right, the anthems are done. Again, we don't know where everybody is as far as the placement on their live broadcast.
We might be in line. They're just showing the starting goalies now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's not a bad situation right now.
Yeah.
But we are just about ready for puck drop here in Edmonton. Even Edmonton is using some enhancements for the ice because it's apparently a very warm day out there today. So for as great, it's voted number 2 best ice behind Montreal, apparently, by players in the National Hockey League. But even they needed a little humidifier and a little enhancement today to make the ice, because they really want their ice to be the way people expect it to be when they come to Edmonton. And they did realize that the people in the arena, the people that take care of the ice, that it is warmer than normal. We've got to at least do a little something to make sure this ice is and Edmonton pristine condition people are used to.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, I've always wondered that with as far as like buildings as a whole, do they lower the temperature of the entire building as well as adding things to the ice? To just try to preserve things. Obviously, you have 15, 18,000, 20,000 people. That already brings in extra body heat just in general on top of the warm conditions. So you always wonder about how that's going to work out this time of year. Here we go.
Yep, we are underway. We are underway. I will just rhyme off when I see, actually, as soon as I see the corner clock where I'm at in just
I'm at 1950.
1950? Okay. All right, let me see where I'm at right now. I am at 1925.
Okay, so you're 10 seconds ahead of me still.
Okay, there we are. All right, so that's nice to know ahead of time. Yeah. 1925 it was when, so you're at 35 at that moment. Good to know. All right, so yes, we are underway. And again, we'll see what kind of start this is. I mean, so far, you got the Panthers. They've thwarted a couple of rushes from Edmonton. Oh, there's a good chance, Oilers. Oh, good early save, Bobrovsky. And Edmonton getting the first really dangerous look here of Game 3. Florida's obviously had the edge in the hits department. That's not really a shock, quite honestly. I like that we got our people in the chat telling us where they're at too, as far as time remaining. Like, I'm definitely giving it a good 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If I see a goal, I'm giving it 30 seconds to keep my trap shut, say nothing, stone face the whole bit, not give anything away.
If we get penalty calls and things like that, we'll try to react quick on that, because that's obviously, especially with live betting, we need those.
It affects things. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely the penalty calls. We won't, we'll spoil those, but I think people will survive if that's the case. It's just the goals and the big moments, the goals in particular. Yeah. That's what you don't want to necessarily spoil for anybody. But a little scrum right after a freeze of the puck by Skinner just now. And that was number 97 that got that great chance, by the way, on the last shift for Edmonton. But as he has most of the series, goalie Bob had the answer. Goalie Bob said no, as John Forsland would say. Yeah. It's actually a great goalie call that he has. Yeah, John Forsland said no. Yeah. But that's what they need from McDavid. You've got to be jumping. You made a play out of nothing in Game 6 against Dallas with that goal. That's what's required tonight.
Yeah.
You're this unbelievably skilled and talented player that can do things nobody else in this league can do right now. Tonight's the night to show the bag of tricks.
If you're a takeover player, take over the game.
That's right. Get your bag of tricks, and whatever you can find, whatever you're able to do to get this team a victory tonight and impact offensively. Look, and someone on the YouTube comments said Alex, and especially Alex did, but even me a little bit, made it sound like McDavid's had a bad playoffs. We did not say McDavid's had a bad playoffs. He's been piling up the points. We're talking final specifically, Stanley Cup final, which he is still waiting to win one of these, like Gretzky, like Crosby, like Orr, like Lafleur, like Howe,
Right.
like all these guys that we're putting him in that group with. They all won a cup, and in the final, they all produced, and they all had big time monster series when they won.
And count out how many big games McDavid's had in the playoffs, other than what was that, the game 1 of round 1 where he had the 5 assists.
Yeah,
give me a big game playoff Connor McDavid moment. Find one on YouTube. Show it and send it to me, please, at Twitter. That's what I'm talking about. He's not clutch McDavid in the playoffs. We get clutch McDavid in the regular season every 2 weeks. I have yet to see clutch McDavid in the playoffs in 7 years, 8 years.
He had a beautiful goal to get them going in Game 6 against Dallas. That's probably as close as we've seen.
That's probably it. Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. You pick up. So that's 2 things this year. Yeah. Couldn't name anything from years past.
Yeah. No question. Yeah.
I say Sidney Crosby, I can think of 10 different things from his career in the playoffs. I named Patrick Kane, I can think of 10 different things. Even Ovechkin, I can think about 5 or 6 different moments. Yeah, you got to have those moments to be part of that conversation, be part of that club. I haven't seen it enough from McDavid. So
that's the thing, Sam G. His playoffs have been overall, I would say, very good. McDavid,
great numbers,
he's right up there in points, no question. But I'm talking about final. This is the final. You're this close to winning it all, and finally getting your name on the cup. Like all those greats you're being compared to, they all got their name on the cup. They all had big time series in a final. McDavid's got a. Can I get a 2-goal game? Can I get a 3-point night? Can I get 1 goal and 2 assists in a cup final game from Connor? That's what I'm asking for. That's what I think I need from a guy like that, right?
Yeah. A hat trick to close out a series. A big time, power play goal. Yeah, a big shorthanded goal to tie a game up or keep your team in the game. Yeah, those moments. None of that. None of that for them. Or Draisaitl. Let's not leave Draisaitl out of it either. Although obviously everybody's all as McDavid, but same thing. We talk about he's a perennial top 5 player. Where are those moments?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what's required. And it's not just, it's the whole entire hockey world. They've got him right up there already with Gretzky and Lemieux and Bobby Orr and Gordie Howe. And I mean, it's Crosby, Ovechkin. I mean, you go on down, you can even put Mark Messier up there as far as, because he was clutch in all those big time series for the Rangers, and before that for the Oilers. That's where they put McDavid already. So it's, and those guys had Herculean games in big moments, big spots, big time in the final. That's what we're waiting for on Connor McDavid. That's all we're trying to say.
And we've been waiting a long time. And Edmonton fans have been waiting a real long time.
Yeah. And I'll say this right now. Florida, after that great chance McDavid had, they've had a couple of really good shifts in the Edmonton zone, taking some starch out of that Rogers Place faithful, just, 4 minutes in. Yep.
I've been checking. I've been turning my sound on and off just to kind of give a pace and hear the crowd as things are moving along.
Yeah. Shout out to Jarek, by the way, who was filling in for somebody calling the game tonight. So Jarek Rubel getting a opportunity to call a stand, because he was not scheduled to do any Stanley Cup final games. There's someone else on USRN. He's kind of like the Bob Wischusen of USRN. He's the second play-by-play guy. He's not the lead guy, so he doesn't get the Cup final. but the lead voice is sick or something. And Jarek's having his game. Bob Wischusen Game 2 Rangers Panthers night. Right, filling in for the
exactly.
Lead
Yeah. Good stuff.
That's what I call him. He's like the Bob Wischusen of USRN right there. We do have a penalty. It looks like first penalty of the game being called here, and it looks like it's going against interference call, and I think it's Edmonton.
Yep. Clear interference call.
Nuge. The Nuge, less of that shit, more scoring, my friend.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that was clear as day, too. Just, what are you doing?
Yeah. Let's see what it was. It was on Bennett right there. Puck not in the area. Contact made. Yep. By the way, there was a crazy stat. Dan O'Rourke, one of the refs tonight, 13-0-1 when the last 14 times he's reffed a Florida game. And I think 0-4 something with Edmonton in the playoffs this year. So you talk about two trends that don't speak well for the Oilers. Yeah.
Right.
With Dan O'Rourke. Well, it's now 34 out of 35 penalties killed for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. Still pretty amazing, though.
Yeah. Amazing.
We'll see if Florida now, they got the Evan Rodriguez power play goal in game 2. Does that get their power play a little, confidence, a little more pep in their step, and a chance to maybe, keep that power play good vibes going here in game 3 tonight? They almost, the first shift of this power play, they had a couple of almost incredible looks that the puck just clicked off skates in front of the net. Otherwise, they could have had some really, really good chances just on this first minute. But so far, so good for Edmonton. They've gotten through the first minute of the power play. Oh, Connor Brown, shorthanded. Oh, great stop, Bob. Wow. Terrific save on a shorthanded. Oh, he had another one. Oh, my gosh. Holy shit. 2 shorthanded chances for Brown, and he can't pot and bury either one.
He's in the zone right now, though. Great saves. Good positioning.
Oh, man. Yeah. Terrific reaction by Bobrovsky. Those were danger chances for both of them by Connor. Connor Brown has been you want to know why the penalty kill is a lot better for Edmonton? They put him on the penalty kill. He is an outstanding skater. Speed has always been one of the strengths of Connor Brown's game. He's just the perfect type of player to put out there on the penalty kill, and you're seeing it right now.
Yeah.
So a big kill, crowd starting to make noise again. That's a nice little momentum booster right there for Edmonton to kill that early Florida power play. Look who's with us. He said he isn't sure how long he'll be with us tonight, but he said he'll stick around for a bit. It's our good friend Gamblu joining us here for Game 3 of this Stanley Cup final. Lou, how are you on this Thursday night?
Doing great, enjoying the Stanley Cup. Tickled it's back in Canada, for crying out loud. I'm a true hockey fan. And I just want to say thanks to you guys for having me back in. It's a pleasure to jump in and speak with other passionate hockey fans.
No doubt. And that's exactly what we are. It's not just people that are going to be on our Betcast tonight, it's the people in the chat as well that are commenting on YouTube. We're all a bunch of hockey fans. We're all going to be sad when it's over, but I know Alex and I will be happy we get a little break, a little rest. That is for sure. For as much as we love hockey, doing the show 7 days a week, definitely it's a grind when you do it from October all the way to June, no question. But Lou, you hit the nail on the head. It's great to have a Stanley Cup final game back in Canada again. I mean, I don't care if you're Canadian, American, Venezuelan, British, French, Italian, doesn't matter. You watch a scene like that before the puck drops, where the anthem singer is right there with the crowd, singing the anthems from the crowd right next to him, and you hear the crowd belt out, "Oh, Canada." That's just an incredible moment right there. It doesn't matter which country you reside in. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I think we invest in sports, yes, but what brought us into it is the electricity of the major sporting event. And I can tell you, Stanley Cup final is up there amongst the elite of that electricity. And to get it in Canada for the first time in like 14 years, the fans are starved for it in Canada, but in the US as well. And so it's all around just an outstanding deal. Now, how will the hockey game translate? Will it be different here than Florida? And I mean, the question we investors ask is, after all that beautiful electricity, which team is going to be able to try and make a pronunciation here? Because Florida wins, and it's looking worse than it does now. And if Edmonton there's hope, and you can put hope in Canada with a fourth game, and anything can happen, guys.
Exactly. That's the swing game in the series, Lou. We've definitely been talking all day about how just important this is. If Edmonton loses, you can pretty much say Kaputski to their Stanley Cup hopes. That is how that's how important this game is right now for the Edmonton Oilers. But if they win it, all of a sudden we've got ourselves a competitive series. I think they got to win both home games. I think it's going to be almost as difficult down 3-1 to Florida as it would be 3-0. But you can't worry about game 4 and the importance of winning that until you win game 3.
Very well said. I couldn't agree more. Florida probably came here to try and split, send this thing back home where they're comfortable. But there's a lot of work for each team to do, certainly. And right now, it's looking like the first 2 games maybe a little more feeling out process. I know that Edmonton, I think, needs to get in Bob's grill and try and create some hysteria at the net.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but I'm tickled to be here and tickled to be watching Canadian Stanley Cup hockey.
Did you bet this game individually, Lou, game 3, or are you just riding out any pre-series positions here?
Oh, we're full. We're up to our eyebrows in Florida futures. But yes, I did. I have 2 plays today, which is rare. I'm on Florida, and I took them. They opened plus 115. There's the road team again, getting no money and respect late. So I keep it simple. Took Florida, and I also took some over 5.5. Thinking that this might be the time if Edmonton can catch a little lightning in the bottle. Maybe they get 3-4 goals and we have ourselves an over.
Yeah. Alex and I were thinking the same with that total. That if there's going to be one, I don't think it's going to be more. There's going to be more unders than overs, I think, overall in the series. But I think if there's going to be one game we thought where there'd be some goals scored, it would be this one. There's been chances. This is one of those deals where it's, there's been some chances. There's been some dynamite looks. Edmonton's had a couple brilliant short-handed looks from Connor Brown, the other Connor, the more publicized Connor. McDavid had a great early chance. Florida had a couple of good looks around Skinner. There's been chances. There's been opportunity.
This could easily be a game tied at 1 based on the chances we've seen so far.
Yep. I was thinking that same thing. And as for live betting, I might even jump in on a first period goal if the over 0.5 in the first period gets low enough. That's what I'm eyeing right now. It's minus 160, so we're going to wait a little bit, see if we get the goal in the first period at a point where we can get even money or better. I think we'd be willing to jump in and take a chance with it at that point, because there's definitely been like 8-6. There's been 14 combined shots already here in the first 9 minutes and change of this opening period. So there's been
good pace both ways. So
and I tend to agree, guys. I think you be patient here a little bit. The more the time goes, the more the price is going to go your way on that over. And so there's a fine line here. I'm not as active live, honestly, but I love the thought of the over here. If this thing gets another. I mean, I'm 10 minutes behind you guys, but I'm looking at it's about 10 minutes right now.
Yeah, and that's Oh, we just said, I believe. Wow, Florida just flipped it over the glass. I don't think it hit anything. I think this is going to be delay a game Panthers. Oh my gosh, it's Barkov too. That's a double whammy because he's just imperative on the penalty kill.
Wow,
for the Florida Panthers.
Now's the time for Edmonton.
You got to score here. You're 0-7 on the power play. One of their best penalty killers in the sport, and the defensive players in the sport took that penalty. So he's out of the mix now on this PK. You got to find a way to finish and convert.
Biggest power play of the year.
Are you gentlemen on Edmonton?
No. Actually, I'm on them to score. I should correct myself. I'm on them to score in the first period.
Okay.
Minus 145. That's the only Edmonton bet I have tonight.
So the penalty fits right in for you. That's good. Alex, how about you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be nosy.
No. Oh, no. The only thing I had Edmonton related would be if it's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets this goal, that'd be great because I have him first goal of the game at 21-1.
Oh, and he just had a brilliant chance and he shot it wide. Oh my gosh. What an opportunity. Wow.
Just not seeing it. Yikes. And then anytime goal as well. Goodness. Wow.
Yeah, he's feeling it a little bit. Oh, that was such a grade A. That's a grade A plus chance right there. Or did Lusterine and Kuhlman maybe block that? He might have.
Get a piece of
Like
it.
if not, that's a horrible shank.
Yeah.
Right in front of Bobrovsky there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that puck's coming at you pretty fast, man. These kids
Yeah.
are so freaking skilled. It's unbelievable. We get spoiled with how good they are and how they can
True.
pull that puck out of the air going that fast with a curved stick is amazing. But that ain't easy to do, get it right on the net. Sometimes the ones that flutter and are knuckleballs, yeah, that does look like maybe it was careened a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm way behind you guys as far as what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that too when if a goal happens. We're going to try to be.
No, in fact, because I realize that, what I do, to be completely honest, is I have my DraftKings Live web page up.
Which is ahead of the television, right?
It's so fast, it's ahead, and I can tell by looking at the screen what I'm going to see in 30 seconds, unfortunately. But you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
And Bobrovsky, big save just now on Dreisaitl. He's locked in, man. I know he got a little break on the Nugent Hopkins missing the net there, but he's been great. Look at that. What a stop.
Well, so I'm surely pulling for Florida in this game. That said, the selfish part of me would really like to see a 7-game series, even though that makes me work harder and that's a grind for my potential future wager. At this time of year, I'm fortunate enough to be active in College World Series as well.
Yep.
But when those two are done here in 3 weeks, it's officially the dog days for me, because I don't do anything until the NFL will start outside of the UFC.
Outside of UFC. So just the UFC card will keep you going from now until September when football starts. Yep.
And in this time of year, the UFC gets a lot of shine. There's gamblers that aren't able to utilize other avenues, and so they come our way. I see lines moving a little more erratically, and they move earlier in the week, and it's nice to have this 2 or 3 month time where we'll get some of that volatility in the market. I prefer to think we can play into that volatility.
This is definitely the time where I like to jump in, because, like I said, I have my freest time, so I'll certainly be way more involved in UFC and boxing as well, because there's some good summer boxing. Yep. And we got a couple of bouts this weekend that I was kind of looking at as well. So yeah, definitely.
So because once that F word starts in August and they start running preseason, they say goodbye from us and run like all of a sudden in the desert. We're gone. Yeah. So, but it's fun for a couple months.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a big penalty kill by Florida just now.
Huge.
So Edmonton had their chances. Bobrovsky made a couple great saves. So both teams have had one power play and have failed to cash in with it. But the story is Edmonton's power play, because we've been hearing all season in the last 2 years, this is one of the greatest power play runs the last 2 years of all time for one team. And here they are now 0 for 8 on the power play in this final.
And, my typical team, and when it's this late in hockey, hopefully is a team that wins a bunch of games 2-0 and 2-1 and that kind of game. And that's how Florida's trying to play this game right now. And, so far through 18% of the game, they've got it going, I'd say, their way. It's kind of clogged in the middle. There's been some chances. The goaltenders are starting to break a sweat. So we've got a game developing here. But I think it's right now, from what I see, it's the kind of game Florida wants to play. But they better, if they want to play that way, they better get the first goal.
Yes, no question. It's definitely going to be, first goal is going to be imperative. There's no doubt about it, especially for Edmonton. I can already feel, that air coming out of the balloon there at Rogers Place in Florida.
And if you get Florida to get a goal after the last TV timeout in that last 2.5 minutes, that's when it could be really backbreaking. So, like I said, these next 5.5 minutes are imperative. Yeah, who can get on the board first?
Right.
Yeah, I think there's some pressure on Edmonton to try and at least those two big players to have to try and perform and get something done. and Florida, I don't think really that the plane trip, and Alex, thanks for tipping me to that, by the way.
Yeah.
That was very generous of you. I knew that, I mean, many hours before I would have normally found that out. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was great info. And in my case, I don't think it bothers them that bad. If it was one day in between games, maybe, but you know, they were on a charter flight. It's not like they don't have TVs and Game Boys or whatever you young kids screw around with anymore. So I don't shed too many tears for them being upset a little on a charter flight. So there's no excuses. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I think they would be the ones that would be the beneficiary of any really low, ultra low scoring game. Whereas if I saw and I could see a score that showed a lot of goals, my tendency would be to think that Edmonton found room to skate and opened up a little.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going down with the ship. If I like next I'm commercial break here, I'm going to see if I actually, you know what, it's already plus 150. I'll sprinkle a little bit, plus 150 for goal in the first period.
Well, I'll grab a little bit too. Yeah, because the pace is there. Like I said, this is not. It's not. This is certainly not played to the under in the way the first two games have played to the under.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it too, guys. But I didn't get your price though. What you must be shopping some, you know, beautiful Canadian.
Beautiful
book.
365, exactly. Yeah, they're phenomenal. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys beat me a dime, but I'm going to take it too for a little bit.
You'll be able to get a plus price, I'm pretty sure, everywhere now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And boys, you guys bet any hardball, Major League Baseball or WNBA? What
WNBA? I did. I grabbed the Phoenix Mercury tonight. I got +7 last night. That line moved to 5.5 because I knew that there's a rumor that Chelsea Gray is out. She could return for Vegas, but they're saying she might wait and not play until the Olympics. So,
yep.
Oh, the great Olympic card, how that changes
things.
That's right. How about Euro? Either you guys interested in the Euro, which I kind of am.
Look, if someone is really good, I know people that are really good at soccer. If they send me stuff, I'll bet it. But as far as watching it, like I'm not flocking to the TV set for Germany and Scotland. Sorry, I can't.
Well, you got the game right, which I commend you for. And honestly, I do it like you guys. You know, when you can farm out stuff, I got some great golf guys. I got some great soccer guys. I don't get soccer at all, but one of my great soccer guys told me to take a look at Germany in this tournament, and it's the home team. And, you know, that was good enough for me. So I've got a few ducats on Germany to win the whole thing. And, you know, be a good 2-week watch or however long the dang thing goes. I do
know some people who like Spain. Some people like Spain a lot too, to at least reach the finals. So maybe Spain.
Well, another very close and regarded soccer handicapper advised Spain, and those are that's you know that they're doing their work there because anybody can take the -250, but to give me a good 7-1, 8-1, 10-1 kind of that's what I'm trying to do and just be competitive. And there's a lot of ways to profit off that price if you get close enough.
Right, and if you got that price locked in, then you can find ways to adjust it and make moves during the tournament as well. So,
absolutely,
yeah. Look, it's definitely popular over there. There's no doubt it's a huge deal. It's just for me that the problem that soccer and I handicap baseball, but I am not glued to the television watching 9 hours of baseball, you know, all day and all night. I'll bounce in and out of it. Even the soccer, maybe I'll bounce in and out for a little bit, you know, watch just a small bit of it here and there, but it's just difficult when I'm so used to these action-packed sports that just fill up my life throughout the year. Hockey, football, UFC is action-packed. I consider that an action-packed sport. And then you put me in front of a soccer match, 90 minutes where I could be 0-0 and 2 scoring opportunities in the whole game. It's difficult. It's tough.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I don't watch any of the stuff. I just look for a result. Tennis is the same way. Not only that, but tennis, they're athletic and they fight their rear ends off for 5 freaking hours, man. It's crazy. So I just soon see the finals when I farm, especially the stuff that I farm out, and surely know that, watching baseball, and that'll drive you nuts because you'll win and lose on such unbelievable craziness that if you watch it all, you'll go goofy. So I get all that. And the soccer's interesting, very European. They're way smarter than our bookmakers, because our bookmakers don't use three-way. I mean, to me, three-way just compounds your difficulty so much, and it's used all the time over there. How long will it be before the bookmakers here bring that in?
Yeah, well, it took forever for three ways to finally become a regular thing in the NHL. I mean, you had to bet them offshore up until, around 2020, 2021. So, like I said, maybe things will start to adapt in advance over time.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's always the hope. There's no doubt. And like I said, it's plus another thing that soccer needs. And I don't get the fact. I don't get how and why this sport doesn't have unlimited substitution. I've never understood why you can take a guy in and you take a guy out. You can't put him back in after the game. Or during the game. That's always been something like, just you take a guy out, you can't put him back in after that. It's bizarre. If he's injured, what if he's ready to come back? He can't come back in and you substitute. I mean, that's the thing that's confusing to me. And I don't like penalty kick shootouts. I've said that a million times, Lou.
Yeah, not for a championship or a title. It's
not for a championship. I don't care what you have to do in these soccer matches. Take one player off the pitch on each side until you get to 10 on 10, 9 on 9. Eventually, the pitch is going to open up and someone's going to score a goal. I know you're concerned about nobody scoring in sudden death extra time, but you got to do something better than penalty kicks. Do we decide the Super Bowl with a field goal kicking competition or longest throw? Do we have a slam dunk competition or 3-point shootout in the NBA to determine their champion? Do we have a home run derby in baseball instead of playing extra innings to determine a World Series winner? No. And that's kind of what I feel with soccer. Novelty act with the penalty kicks. Bad way of doing it.
Interesting. I wonder how the traditional soccer people feel about that take. I tend to think that the kickout's all I want to see. I see, okay, how much extra time is there? 6 minutes? Good. In 6 minutes, I get to see a shootout, because that's really, I mean, it's just like college basketball or the NBA. Just give me 4 minutes on the clock and call it the final after that. I don't need anything prior to that. Sorry, that's my dog's going.
That's good. Okay. And here's what kills me, right? All right, so you want to settle these big matches with penalty kicks. But then during the regular season, we just ended in a tie. Why couldn't you just go straight to penalty kicks to end every domestic league game if it's tied? Just go to penalty kicks, best of 5, and work from there. That's the thing that bothers me about it. You're willing to settle
for a tie. By the way, Perlo, welcome into Perlo, by the way. How are you?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
We're just wondering if Edmonton can get their damn power play going. They've got a second power play here in the first period, down to about 40 seconds left in it. Too much passing right now, overpassing. Not simplistic enough. I know Florida's incredible defensively, and Bob's in the fucking zone the whole series.
Yeah, but Florida's not being. It's not like they're being super active on this power play. They're just choosing to pass around the perimeter and do nothing else.
Look at
I got Edmonton minus 0.5 first period puck line. I got plus 160. So yeah, I'm really hoping they do.
I'm running out on this power play for Edmonton. What a great deep in by Edmonton.
The hesitation. Why is Bouchard hesitating? Why is McDavid hesitating on shots?
Everything's telegraphed too. I mean, they could see they can see they're trying to get that damn puck to Draisaitl at the face-off circle.
They got to quit forcing it and just put the dadgum puck on the net.
100%. Oh, what a stop by Bob. What a post-to-post lateral movement save he just made on, I think it was McDavid, on a great pass from Leon. Yep.
And I think you just explained it. I think Bob's got in their head.
Bob's their uncle. Yeah.
Yeah. Bob's got in their head, man. It's, they're trying to
telegraph everything, knowing that he's in such good form is what's really kind of the crazy part about it. It's like,
no, lay down, baby.
Yeah, they need to be that. I mean, everybody saw the play coming before Bobrovsky saw it, and he's in good position, so he makes the save.
Evening, boys.
No creativity.
What's up, Goose? Good to see you. Goose in Calgary. So although he's not a Flames fan, so I guess he's not one of those.
I am a Flames fan, except for the two times that they play Toronto, or the one time they play Toronto every year, and then Calgary can fuck
I wasn't sure if totally all this time I've known you and that you live in Calgary, and I wasn't sure if they were your like number 2 team after.
They
Toronto.
are my number 2. Yep, right. This is the best thing about it. I got Toronto in the East, and I got Calgary in the West, and like I say, except for the one game or 2 games where they play each other every year. I really don't have an issue. When the time comes, it'll be go Toronto and to hell with Calgary. So,
it's an unfortunate predicament to have those 2 teams as your favorite team. So
you know what I mean? Whatever. It is what it is. Right? Calgary was just because I moved here and you had no choice. Because if not, then it's like living in Edmonton and not being an Edmonton fan.
I'm making fun of you because I had to go through 13 years of Edmonton. So
everybody takes pot shots at me these days. I'm okay with that.
But this team is playing total perimeter here. Florida's got them freaking. There's no room in that middle section at all in this game. I thought the travel spot might hurt Florida, but it doesn't look like it really has all that.
No.
This is a bad sign for Edmonton.
It's a bad sign. Yeah.
Oh, another great stop, Bobrovsky, and he covers it up. Oh, and we got a little fracas here. We got a little something going on here. Oh, baby, this is probably the biggest scrum of the series right now. Whoa, it's heating up, hot under the collar in Edmonton, in oil country.
Well,
look at Kachuk. Kachuk is just trying to goad someone from Edmonton into a penalty. You can see it.
Look at Kachuk holding his forehead like he's got something going on, man. You gotta love him.
You gotta just fucking want to pound that.
He might have had a cut. They pulled his helmet
play against him.
He's my favorite player in the NHL.
Oh,
that's
a defenseman putting him in there. So that's
Kulikov knocked Henrique over into Bob. So
Bob.
Nothing Henrique can do. That's not malicious on Henrique's part.
I just need an Edmonton goal I need a 1-0 at the end of the first. I got Edmonton puck line in the first.
So do I.
And I got correct score 1-0.
They might give Edmonton the only penalty out of this. It's starting to look like that could be the case, and that would be to Kulak for retaliating against. See, Kachuk did his fucking job again. If that's the case, goaded Brett Kulak into a penalty. Yep.
Oh, and I didn't take Bennett on the power play point, but I got Bennett 2 points plus 600.
Look at Paul Maurice, eh? Look at how smug he looks behind the bench. My gosh.
Yeah, there was that left hand they're showing it on the replay by Kulak. He definitely connected with the left hand. We got some UFC action here on the ice here at Loop right now. Yeah.
My issue is scrums. And I always called it the same way, right? I never, when you got 5 guys or 8 guys going at it, how do you pick one? Like you can't.
Especially when Kachuk just gave him a reverse
side and or leave him alone, right? Like
Kachuk just gave him a reverse fist.
Oh, 4-on-4, they evened it out. If Florida did get one.
There you go. So there you go.
Right? I think that's right.
I do too.
It's too important a game. Yeah. Unless it's very malicious and flagrant.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the right thing to do. Yeah.
Exactly. You either take one apiece and continue on, or you don't take anybody and worry about it, 3 minutes down the road, because that's what's going to happen. But
yeah.
Come on, minute 44.
4-on-4 hockey here with the
what the fuck was
Panthers.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Advantage Edmonton.
Yep. Oh boy. Goose is laughing.
Sam Reinhart, and I got him.
Florida redirection. Sam Reinhart 1-0.
Pack him up. How in the How the fuck do you let that happen? Like, that's a video game play.
Yeah,
not in front of the net,
and especially who's on him.
Wonderful.
Who's the fuck standing there with his stick in the air?
He skated right by him.
Yeah, Ekholm to be that kind of soft there with the coverage.
and they get
Wow.
back.
Well,
And
Oh,
it's
man.
it's not necessarily Skinner. That's defense.
no,
Oh,
that's the
he's
No,
defense.
no, that's
Yeah,
Florida.
Definitely, Lou.
Ekholm
That's
didn't
definitely
tie him
defensive.
up well enough in front there.
Landon,
Look
how
at
are
the
you, buddy?
Look at three.
I'm
Oilers
better.
on the
I'm
one
better
side of the ice.
now that
Look
I
at
saw
all the
you.
room Forsling had, guys. Look at all the
What's
room
up, brother?
Forsling had.
Yeah.
Sweet talk will get you everywhere,
Wow.
motherfucker.
All right. Well,
It's like my mom
over
said,
half in the
catch
first.
more flies with honey than vinegar.
Go Preds.
Landon, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just want to see some more hockey continuing, keep playing. Just see Edmonton do their thing because Dallas couldn't do their thing when they needed to.
Can we get a miracle second first period goal here is the question.
Nice.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
I don't think so.
that'd be nice.
I got to admit, when I heard all you guys talk about overs here and overs there, I'm like, how do you see an over here? Like, I really don't. Right? Bob's playing out of light, like out of his mind.
Well, and here's the thing: the chances have been there. And Edmonton, when they had like I said, that last power play, how are you not shooting the puck? Shoot the puck.
No,
You
I
haven't
get
had
all
those
that, but
opportunities, yeah.
right? But like
how
the
does this
series
team not
has not
realize?
lent itself to an over, even on the first period, right? So
Yeah. So
I just figured
they can't figure it out that they need to open up the game at this point. Down 1-0, head to the locker room.
Yeah, and Goose, my thoughts on the over were that this is now in Edmonton, and if Edmonton was going to try and position themselves for the series, they needed to have some skating room and create some open space for themselves, which would equate to goals. So that's now I bet Florida tonight. Okay, but I also have that over because I guess it's kind of a half of a hedge in case the thing went to Edmonton's side. I don't know how Edmonton wins a game if they don't put 3 or 4 up.
No, I agree with you, Lou, and I see the point that everybody was looking at. My issue is that Florida
guys,
has
I
not
listen to
shown.
You're right.
The willingness to let them do what they want, right?
I totally agree. You got it. I mean, there's the eye test too, and Florida's just. I mean, they're solid. They're executing their plan as well as '96 when the Devils came in with that trapping defense and smothered Detroit. That's how effective Florida is beginning to look. Now, I'm not going to put any feathers in their hat. There's a lot of hockey left to play, but that's what they're starting to look like.
Well, you can see the left wing, like when the Devils used it was called the left wing lock, but it's essentially if you're the third man, you're the first man back, right? Like that's the way it works, and then you funnel the guy to the strong side defenseman. That's the way that works. Maurice has taken it. He's tweaked it just a little bit for today's hockey, and it works perfectly. Like it really does. They'll keep Edmonton outside all night long. You want to fire from outside? Have at her, right? They don't give a shit. Why should they? They're 7-1 in goals in 2 games. So far, the plan's working perfectly.
Yeah, it sure is. It's up to Edmonton to change that, and we'll see if they can.
I don't know if you guys heard it or not. Overdrive on TSN. I'll borrow a line from Noodles. He's like, last game, he says, all I seen was McDavid using empty calories, right? Twisting, turning, dipping, diving. All they did was they just kept him outside. You want to skate out here? Go right ahead. You're not going to get in front of the net, right? So, and I agree with them. Like they've neutralized him really well. I'm still kind of amazed at how they've managed to do it, but they've kept them outside. They've kept them to the perimeter. Bob's been able to see pretty much everything.
I'd like to ask a couple of you guys your feelings on that Draisaitl hit the other day of last game. I'd like an opinion or two other than my own.
As an Oilers fan, he should have got a game.
There's one.
Fan, he should have got one game.
I don't think it should have been.
You left your feet. You hit the guy in the head. You should have got a game. And I'm an Oilers fan, and you should have got a game. That's what
as a referee.
Game.
Yeah, I'm on board with both Perlo and Alex. Direct hit to the head, regardless of whether the elbow was there, which it was. That was the direct point of contact. He jumped, like he left his feet, so it's a charge. Yeah. I must admit the NHL rules get a little murky once you start to get into situations. But
Just say it one word, Goose. Playoffs. That's all it is. Playoffs.
I appreciate that too as well, Landon. But we've been saying this for 30-odd, 40-odd, 50-odd years. What they call in the regular season is not what they call in the playoffs, and vice versa. My issue is just call it. If you called a trip in the first in November, it's a trip in the third in fucking playoffs. Right. If it's a charge, if it's a rough, it's always that. Like, why you can't call that is beyond me. And it's not 2 third-line scrubs. This is Draisaitl and Barkov. Yeah. Should it have been a game? I don't know about that. It should have been a 5 in my opinion, so that puts him out of that game. And it should have been a fine. It should have been $5,000. It's a drop in the bucket to these guys. Whatever.
They're not going to give him a fine because it's pretty much a laugh.
Like, but you should give him a fine because
how do you know? There were 2 other fines given in that game for hits that weren't nearly as bad. So no, you can give him the fine. The fine should have happened no matter what. But he definitely should have gotten 5 in the game because he left his feet and the point of contact was the head. That should be all right.
What I did is how do you not give him a game there? Because you have to read.
No, that's the thing. You fine him, and then the next level is the game. So you should have gotten the fine. How you don't get the fine is insane.
The only reason why you don't give him a game is you think that he didn't do it on purpose, but you can't read his mind. And I watched it several times. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The fact is, you left your feet and you hit the guy in the freaking head. And I'm an Oilers fan. He got it. He should have got a game. Should have got a game misconduct for that.
Well, he should have got the 5 and he should have been gone.
Right.
Is it another game?
And then he should have got the game too.
It's not another game.
If it was a 5, the only reason why they didn't give him a game is because the refs didn't see it because of the angle. If they would have given him a 5 and a game misconduct, he would have got a game. But because they didn't see it, I think that they had an out to say that he doesn't get a game.
No. That's the thing. If it was, there's levels to it. The level 1 would have been it was a bad hit right here and right now. So you give him 5 minutes in the game misconduct, and then you fine him cash after that, and then you move on. If it was a more egregious hit, then you give him 5 and a game, and then you kick him out of game 2 as well, and then you fine him. But
you
none
look
of
at
that.
the angle.
All it was a 2-minute film.
I could see how the refs didn't see what happened there.
Steve.
How do you not see what happened? They saw enough to call 2 minutes. What are you talking about? Now you're really splitting hairs talking about what's 2 and what's 5.
That's true.
What's 5 and
they
what's
gave him 2 minutes for it, so
I got them all stirred up. Ian.
Look where you started, Lou.
There we go. I leave to get some beer, and people are acting like they've drank a few already.
Don't forget.
I haven't had any liquor yet either. I'm drinking straight ginger ale.
Don't forget,
now.
guys, as well. With the 2 referee system, there is a definitive way that you do the play, right? So if that puck's coming into a man, the back referee has that look, especially if he's across the ice or even in behind.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a collision, both referees are supposed to have their eyes, right? So one of them saw it because they called it. My issue is you've done it all year long. Call the 5 and then review it. If you don't think it was done on purpose, then give them 2 and let's continue on.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
You go back to the knee by Ekholm. That was a 5.
What did he get the 2 for? Charging?
Roughing, right? Roughing. Which it wasn't. It was a charge. He left his feet,
and that's been happening all year long. We've talked about
I know.
I've tweeted out where they've been getting. The fact that you're getting calls mixed up tells you everything.
Yeah.
If you're getting calls mixed up, then that means you're missing calls because you aren't making the right calls when they're clear.
Right.
So that's a problem.
That was a huge goal. By the way, I didn't even mention since the goal went in, that did cash the live first period over.
Yes, thank you. How about that?
Yeah. And Luke, did you jump on that too?
I did. I told you I just didn't get as good a price. I got plus 140, so I didn't get your price. But I plus, if it's got a plus, I'm about halfway there anyway.
That's all we were looking for, Lou, with all those chances, just one before the end of the period. And
that's right.
That's exactly what we got. Now, here's the thing with Edmonton's got to have this. They have got to open it up even more, and that might have you thinking, is the game going to open up? I don't know if just Edmonton trying to open the game up means we're going to get more goals here. You've got to eventually put the puck in the freaking net and convert and finish your chances and Florida's just doing an impeccable job defensively. That it's I'm in no rush for anything first, like both teams to score in the second, over in the second. I'm in no rush for that right now.
Florida's playing a great game defensively yet again, and Edmonton's playing NHL 24 where the control is broken. That's literally what's going on right now. Like there's no offensive creativity whatsoever. You're in a fucking circle for the second power play, and then you give up that absolute horrible just defensive breakdown for the first goal.
We could be watching Edmonton get their legs under them like Florida did last year. It's a process, and it takes time. And if you want my opinion, Edmonton's here maybe a year early. I didn't plan them for this year. I never saw them coming. And so good for them where they're at. But they're in against a team that got their face rubbed in shit of defeat last year. And that's a tough focused team out there they're playing. Maybe that's what they're learning.
All right. Luke, you said Edmonton's you have a year early?
Yeah.
With this group a year early, so you thought next year would be the time that they after that would have been what 9 would have been 9 years with this core group at that point?
Well, that's the way I looked at this team because I didn't assess their defense appropriately. Their defense has played in the playoffs.
I think what he means is you got to lose once in the Stanley Cup final sometimes before you can get over that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's.
That's what I meant. I mean, you have to, but I still thought that next year was Edmonton. I saw more Dallas or Vegas this year than Edmonton, to be completely honest with you. So, I guess what that proves is when I miss, I can miss pretty darn big. But I'm not afraid to go out there and venture with it. But I think they got their PhD in frustration last year. And now they may be serving it up. The next goal in this game is pretty big.
You learned so much from that experience last year. Stanley Cup playoff run, swept in the final by Vegas, and they are putting that into a box right now and letting it fuel them right now with what we're seeing from them.
I don't think they see or think of anything other than that. I guarantee you that's how that coach has them set. Now, he's Mr. freaking Bob Hope and the comedian when he's out handling the press.
He's a beauty, Paul Maurice.
He's doing a marvelous job, but believe me, that dude's intense, and he's got him focused, thinking about one thing, that plane ride. I don't think it affected him, and I don't think a time bomb's going to affect him.
I've never seen a flight and a delayed flight and an arrival time in a Stanley Cup final talked about as much as yesterday's was for Florida.
Well, there's no news. There's nothing to report, man. We're in a desert of sports news right now.
Yeah. Now, Paul Maurice, Lou, we've talked about this on the Ice Guys show throughout the playoffs. He's had like 13, 14, 15, it feels like, memorable quotes and memorable moments in his post-game press conferences throughout these playoffs. It's not the Oprah Winfrey show. My feelings don't matter. The other night when asked about
that was beautiful
McDavid or the Draisaitl hit on Barkov. Yep.
Yeah, that was like listening to freaking Rachmaninoff play the piano, man. That was just awesome.
Ian, Alex, can I give you guys a shout out?
Sure, go ahead. Yes, sure.
All right. Yeah. Long story short, my mother got really sick about October of last year. I took my 11-year-old to the first hockey game ever in Nashville.
Yeah.
30 games later, he's hooked. He's playing hockey. We listen to the ice. I discovered you guys, your podcast. I watch it I listen to it every day. I've lost a lot of money listening to you guys. But I enjoy it. You guys, and I listen to it every day. Obviously Kentucky is not a hockey area. We do have the Predators. We've joined up as season ticket holders. We're hooked. And part of that hook is what you guys do, at least for me, on a daily basis. And I do appreciate it.
I'll be the first to admit, Chad, I was better in the regular season betting wise than I've been in the playoffs. So I will put it that way.
Between you guys and another guy, Andy, a guy I watch on YouTube, I couldn't make my day go any better. I listened to the two of y'all and some other Locked On Predators and whatnot. We're big Predators fans, and we got a long way to go. But I've joined the Patreon as far as the Betcast, but I haven't joined. I'm going to join you guys up, but I've enjoyed it. I just want you to know that you got my son hooked, and we love it.
Wow.
Hey,
That's
beautiful
awesome.
spot, Shay. I used to
Wonderful
guys meet up
work,
in
Shay. Thank
Kentucky, dude. Shout out to Shay.
And you're in
Yeah.
Kentucky, right? You're not a
legit,
Nashville
bro.
guy. You're a Kentucky guy, right?
Yeah, we're about 60 miles from. We're close to Nashville, so we're not that
Okay.
far. We're on the border.
Right.
But my son says he's skating now. He's joined the Junior Predators League, and he says I'm gonna be the first guy from Kentucky to make the NHL. I'm like,
Good.
okay, you better have a second. Something else backed up, but okay.
I'm going to remember
Nice.
that. If we see someone,
Yeah.
and your last name's what? Walker?
Walker, but like my first name's Shay, like Shay Weber. They used to be at the Nashville. Yeah,
The old Met
Right.
Stadium.
that's
Yep.
right.
Shea Stadium. Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
my dad played for the Mets minor league organization and the Dodgers.
Shout out
That's-
Mets.
That's where my
Wow.
name came from in 1969.
Oh
The
my
year I was born,
Wow.
he played there, and my name came from old Shea Stadium. It sure did.
That's cool.
Well, that's
Wow.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
I've got New York ties, even though I'm a redneck. So But I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I
Yeah,
was
you
on the
interrupted
game.
shit,
No,
man. That's
no.
all about
Oh
it.
yeah. Well,
No,
Just
we
what
appreciate.
you
We
just
appreciate.
I'm glad
No,
you
definitely.
spoke up.
Always throw your
and
2
said
cents in, Shay. That's the only way we
Yeah.
get around here.
that.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I enjoy listening to the Ice Guys on a daily basis, and I don't know what the hell am I going to do when hockey.
I just love the.
Y'all do
there's a
football?
hockey fan in Kentucky,
Yeah, we do.
and he's
Yeah,
listening to this
football,
show.
baseball,
Yeah.
you name it, Shay.
You'd be shocked how many people that live in my town have season tickets to the Predators. I'd say there's at least 15 or 20, 25.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big. Nashville, Tennessee is a hockey town and nothing else. Not football. Piss on the
Wow.
Titans. I'm telling you this.
Jeez.
Now they deserve a baseball team. I'm telling you, they'll support it. But right now, Nashville
good
is a
there.
honky
There
tonk
we
and a
go.
hockey town.
In a hockey town.
Nice.
Wow.
It is.
That's why I've got to remind these Canadian snobs of mine, some of these
Pressure
friends, that
always
they
gonna
should
be
never
on
have
you when
hockey
you
down
lose.
south.
Eh.
It's a mistake. They don't care about it. They don't support it.
That's not
Well,
true.
Got people that say otherwise, like Shay here. Yeah.
You know
Hey, at
what,
least the
Shay?
Titans. Go ahead, Goose.
I've got a
Bridgestone-
couple guys I know that played in Nashville. They
Yep.
love it. And they swear by Nashville.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
If you didn't know you were in Nashville, you'd swear you were in a Canadian city. That's how good a hockey city it is.
It really
So-
is.
So
And-
cheers
and-
to you guys, man. Right on.
And I think they're serious about winning. They've got some people in play. You know, obviously a new
Yeah.
GM, new manager. I think they're trying to do some things to try to get us to not just where we ended this year, but maybe at a higher level. I mean, it's difficult when you got 32 teams, but
Yeah.
but who knows? I mean, we've got a lot of cap space. They've been talking about a lot of free agents. We just got, I don't know what they're going to do, but the bottom line is I love hockey. I'm infatuated. And the difference between, I love watching other hockey. Now that I know about it because of the way you guys have taught me, I can watch a game and I know what's going on.
Wonderful.
That's awesome stuff,
That-
Shay. I'll tell you what about Nashville quickly. They're a tweener team
Yeah.
right now. They're not a contender, but they're not a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
They're kind of caught in that middle ground right now. So, Barry Trotz has some decisions to make now with what direction he's going to take it in. I love the hire of Brunette. I think Brunette did a heck of a job, to
Yeah.
get them into the playoffs this year. I think they're probably closer to playoffs than bottoming out, but they do have to continue to get some younger players in there. I think they need another 1B goalie that can take some pressure off Saros. Saros can't be playing 60, 70 games every year.
Correct.
In net. You've got to give him a reliable backup that you can put in there and have confidence to be in there for 30, 35 games.
We have a reliable backup. They just need to let him play more. Lincoln
Askarov.
is a star
You're right.
for a lot of
Actually,
teams.
I forgot about
Oh.
Askarov. That guy's
Yeah,
got to be
yeah,
knocking
right.
No.
on the door.
I'm talking about Lankinen. Lankinen
Lankinen
is a star
played
for a lot of
eight
teams.
games.
Yeah, he's a UFA. He'll be gone next year because they're making room
No.
for.
Askarov, man. You're sleeping
Askarov
on
is the
him. He's
future.
very good.
This kid from Milwaukee
Yeah,
is
but that-
really good.
He's
He's
got to
good.
work on his neck up. He's got some issues going on with his head. But yes, he has the skill set. There's no doubt about it. Hell, he should be. He's a first round draft pick. So
Yeah.
I mean, god darn.
Yeah.
I think they're going to integrate him in gradually as Saros' backup next year.
Yeah, they're
Really
they're
think so.
wearing Saros out. He's working 70, 60 plus games a year. He can't hold up. But I hope
It
we
wouldn't-
keep him though.
It wouldn't shock me if Askarov ends up being a 1B supplement to the point of where he might actually start more games than Saros.
Ooh,
I think he could
next
be that
year?
good. Yes. I think he's a dark horse. I already was talking to somebody else a couple of days ago. I think he's a dark horse pick in my book for the Calder next year. I think he could be a Calder finalist. Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
I like what I've seen from him.
Yeah, I'm interested in that market next year. Yep,
we're in
for
good
sure.
shape.
E5
We're
is
in good shape for goaltending. Our issues are
Yeah.
like second line center. See how
Secondary
much y'all
scoring.
taught me? See how much you taught me?
Yeah.
Our issues
you
are like
Too much
second line
reliance on
center.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly's
Forsberg, and
great. I love your
Josh
take. O'Reilly's
Nyquist.
great,
Yep.
but he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
We need a second line center. They talk about Marner. Is it Marner's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to want too much money. They've talked. We need a defenseman because we let McDonough go back to not Winnipeg, Tampa Bay, which we should. That was a great thing they did for him. But we got a lot of cap space, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't be surprised if you see Montour in a Nashville jersey.
Montour, yes.
Mhm.
Emma Lang has been talking about him.
Mhm.
We need a defenseman. Yep, no, he's the guy.
So
There's a
and
great
before we
plethora
get
of
back to the
defensemen.
hockey, just
Pesci,
and Shay, I know
Montour,
you'll appreciate
Shane-
this.
Sean Walker.
That's my newest addition to the
Very
to
nice.
the bar.
There you go. Yeah.
To what now?
Is that a bourbon?
That's Motorhead Bourbon.
Yeah. Okay.
I
The
think
band.
they're gonna I think they're gonna revamp their defense there quite a bit for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
so.
Dave
Barry-
Trotman talked about we
Barry's
want to
on
get
his
fat.
way out. They already got rid of
Yeah.
McDonough. They'll be
Yeah.
going after guys like Tanev. Dylan out of Winnipeg says he wants to go. I think when you're looking
There's
at
a
like
center-
a Barry, when you're looking at Barry
There's
Trotz
a center
type
for
team,
Anaheim they've been talking about. I heard it today on a podcast. Center for
no,
Anaheim.
you don't want Zegras. You don't want Zegras.
Zegras.
You don't.
They said he's kind of a head case, but he's a great player. Is
No,
that who
you
you're
don't
talking about?
want Zegras. You don't.
No,
want
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Zegras wouldn't be a good fit there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, you
Well, they
don't
said they're
want
getting younger, they're getting faster, but they're not going to overpay for anyone. They're not going to do long-term contracts. So I'm like, well, what the hell are you going to do? You know?
Dylan. That's why I said Dylan. Look at Dylan from Winnipeg. He won't need a long-term contract. They're going to be looking at guys like that, and because you look at Barry Trotz and the type of team that he puts together, they're going to put a strong defense there. That's what he did in the Island, and that's
Yeah,
what you're going to see. in Bobby
That
Nash.
rumor's been there for a while, Bailey. Straight up Marner for Saros. Yeah, that's been there for a while. But
They're
We're
signing.
not getting rid of Soros, I don't think.
No, they're signing Saros. They're signing.
And if
They
you,
just
yeah,
need to
you
let
gotta
go
He
get-
wants to
workload.
stay there.
Yeah.
He's made it very
Oh,
clear.
here we
he
go.
wants
Here we
to
go.
stay there.
Here we go.
All right.
oh, there
Thank
you
you
go.
guys. I enjoy it very much. I enjoy the Ice Guys every day.
Good to be with you,
Thank
Shay.
you, Shay.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for the kind words.
Yeah,
We really appreciate it.
Sorry,
Well,
buddy, Shay.
it's-
Thanks for
it's well
talking to me,
deserved.
man.
Yeah, go
Thank you,
Mets.
Shay. Take
Preds,
care.
fucking
Keep
Shay.
watching. We
My-
Hey,
appreciate
here
it.
we go. It's
Hey,
still a
Lex.
hockey game here, right? Pearl?
Oh, yeah.
It's still a hockey game.
Yeah.
My
What?
11-year-old, my
Vogel has just
11-year-old.
scored and tied it for Edmonton, 1-1.
Oh, God. When we go to the Predators games, your podcast drops about 3:00 Central Time here. A lot of times, or we're on our way to the Preds games, and my son's like, "Put on the Ice Guys." I'm like, "Okay, but y'all cut too much."
Oh, sorry.
Just don't let him listen to Patreon. That's the blue edition.
But
Yeah.
No Patreon.
my son knows the Ice Guys because he's like, "Turn on the Ice Guys, Dad. Let's listen to them on the way there." I'm like, "Okay, I
son's
need to
got
lose some
good
more money,
taste.
so let's go for it."
Oh, I love it. Love
I'll
to
leave
hear
y'all
that
alone.
shit.
I know
No, we
y'all-
love to hear that
Also,
shit.
no,
Thank
no.
you so much.
True
Thank you
TV
so
Plus.
much, Jay. Jay from Kentucky. You know, when I see your name in the chat, I'll know who it is now.
Damn
It's awesome.
straight.
Okay.
And Shay, tell your son keep the stick on the ice and never let his pucks get cold.
Oh shit, he's from Kentucky. Give me a break. Come on now. He's a lefty. I'm trying to get him to be a pitcher only in baseball. That's where he's good at.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, piss on hockey. He'll never make it. I mean, he just,
Hey, you never know. You could have the
Yeah, you
next
never
Mike
know.
Modano sitting there, Shay, for all you
I mean,
know.
Look at Austin Matthews. Yeah, the
Yeah.
desert.
Yeah.
Pitching pucks.
he's not from Kentucky.
Arizona, though. That's even cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
even
right. Hey,
farther
somebody's
up.
got to be the first, and if he wants to be, he can do it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And he can,
I'm spending
if
a
he's
lot of
from
money.
Kentucky, that means he can drink.
Right.
He might not be doing it yet, but
Yeah.
he can. So,
Right.
you know, hey, he's all good.
I'm spending a lot of money
Definitely.
getting him ready for nothing. So okay.
Yeah, no, there you
Hey,
go.
and,
Yeah.
hey, Shay, in the fall, I don't know if you guys are UK fans at all. Are you?
Well, a little bit.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, but their college program, they do the midnight games.
Yeah.
Down there and stuff, and that's a big thing. They might be a team that could go D1 in about 5 or 10 years. They have such a big following that it wouldn't shock me to see them be expansion.
Austin Peay State University, Western Kentucky, they all have club teams now.
Club
It's
teams,
crazy
yeah.
how much is happening.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, a lot of great
They're all
club
in that-
hockey.
What do you call
down
it? The
there.
Southern. I don't know what they call it, but
Yeah,
they're all playing.
the SE SEC or something like that. It's got a weird name, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm a former college Division I baseball umpire, so I'm familiar with the different
There you
schools.
go.
Yeah. All right. So there you go.
You're
Yeah.
probably better than the major league umps, actually. Quite honestly.
Well, I have a couple friends that are major league umpires, and one of them,
Oh, all right.
I don't get into that, but one of them called me about an overturn yesterday and sent me a video, and I'm like, why are you asking me?
Hey, Shay, what do you think about those Kentucky Wildcats in Omaha then,
There
my
you
friend?
go.
The long time coming for that SEC school.
Their coach is a dick, but other than that, I mean, I'm happy. I know him well. Other than that, I'm okay with it. I'm happy for them. You know what? The funny thing is, though, I'm probably the only person in Kentucky that's not a Kentucky basketball fan. But that might change now that we made a change. I didn't like the one and done thing. I couldn't deal with it anymore. But now that we have a new coaching change, we have a little bit different group in there. I might come back to the flock. But I know you don't want to talk about that. But yeah. But it's great. It's hard to make the Omaha. One of my buddies is umpiring in Omaha right now. So
Right.
Sorry to break that off, guys. I love college.
That's
I'm
all right.
from-
Oh,
Go
good.
for it. That's all
Oh,
good.
good.
no.
Mention it because he's from
We
Kentucky.
do
Why not?
sports. We do all sports.
We do.
We do.
Yep.
we just don't do hockey here. That's the only thing. He's kind of. I've got 3 nephews in New York, and they all started out in hockey, and they ended up in lacrosse and played college lacrosse. And they told me, they said, Uncle, they're like, Uncle Shay, you don't want to do hockey. I'm like, wow. They're like, it's too damn expensive. Ice time. Yep, I'm finding out because the Ford Centers, which are owned by the Predators, are charging me like $60 an hour for ice time. So there we go.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
Shay, consider yourself lucky.
It's a
Up
cheap
here in
rate,
Calgary, parents are paying upwards of $250 an hour for ice time.
My son can't even skate. Well, actually, he can now, but he can't. They just don't let you join a hockey league. You got to go through this progressionary period where you have to learn how to like skate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
different.
I mean, I get that because you can't. You can get hurt.
Yeah.
But he's almost there. But we're like $2,000 in, and we're almost there. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And then he outgrows his skates
That's
every
the
year.
problem. Hockey's not.
Yeah.
not cheap
And the
right now.
equipment, right? Your shin pads are every 3 years for the
It's
first.
brutal. Both my boys played. We loved it, but it is very expensive.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, why are we wasting this money? Because you're from Kentucky. Your ass is not going to play hockey. But he loves it.
Love the
He
game.
And
loves the ice guys. And he
Yeah,
loves the Predators. He won't
Well,
even
if
watch
he loves
Stanley
the
Cup.
ice guys, he's learning how to talk real colorful.
Well,
That's true. Yeah.
he is. I mean, we went to like 30 games this year.
Toughen
He
him
is
up.
eat
That's what
up.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah, he's eat up with it.
That's awesome.
We were there for the 9-2 Dallas debacle. Oh,
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
and we were also there for game 2 of the playoffs and game 4. Lost
Nice.
and lost.
No, hey, win or
Game
lose,
four-
at least
game
you're in the
four and game
building, at
six,
least you're
yeah.
having fun. That's the main thing.
That's right.
I mean,
and growing
take it more serious.
memories too. Trust me,
Yeah.
he'll remember those moments for the rest of his life. So
Oh, man,
that's
it's
the
great.
beauty of it.
And I'm one of those guys that like, you better watch out for Chicago. I know you're Alex, you're a
Mhm.
Chicago guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
that Connor Bedard guy, they get a few more picks. He's like, Chicago sucks. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. You just wait a few years, you're gonna see. He's like, they ain't worth a damn. I'm like, just wait and see.
You tell
You're gonna
someone that
see.
Chicago sucks, shut up. You're already a best friend of Alex. Yeah.
I said, you better leave him alone. They're gonna be good. He
Yeah.
doesn't get it though. He doesn't he's like, if we don't win, it's a disaster. But I'm like, it's,
Yeah,
it's
but
pro
that's how
sport.
it is when you're growing up. That's how we all started like that. We're all
Yep.
that's
Yep.
how the fandom grows.
What the hell's going on in the game? I'm outside by my pool.
Holloway just
1-1.
had a great look.
1-1.
That was
Florida,
there. He
Edmonton,
could have put
1-1.
it back in the
Yeah.
back of the net.
1-1.
Holloway was there.
Well,
The
I got
pace- the pace
Panthers.
of this-
I took the Panthers in a future bet a long time ago, and I need to stop betting now because I keep giving a little bit. Actually, I bet Panthers, but I did take y'all's Edmonton first period over. There we go. Thanks, I appreciate
Not good
that.
there. And then, of course, they
All right.
scored in the first couple minutes of the second.
Right.
Second period, of course they did.
See that?
Yeah.
Where was that
Hey,
in the first
here
20
he
minutes
is.
there? Dipshits? Yeah.
Carson, it's the Ice Guys live.
Still coming.
Right on, Carson. How you
There
doing,
he is.
brother?
Where's the guy that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see
Carson.
that?
Right
what's
on,
up?
man. There you go.
I've been telling them how much when we go to the Preds games, you always want to watch listen to the Ice Guys, right?
Yeah.
What's the best? What do you like about the Ice Guys the best?
Honestly, don't even know.
What about their language? Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
I was telling him how
Way
much
to
you
go.
love hockey, and you started now. I told him, I said, my son's even addicted to the Ice Guys. You love listening to their podcast, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carson, thank you. Thank you for
Shout out
listening.
Carson
Yep.
for
Yeah,
sure.
right on,
Appreciate
buddy.
Listen,
that.
man.
You're our youngest fan by far. Yeah.
Wait, how
Official.
did you get in a call with him?
Who's Carson's favorite player? Who's this guy? Who's his
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Good question.
Forsberg.
Yeah.
Forsberg.
Forsberg. Yeah, there you go.
The
What do you think
most
about What do you think about Matt
underrated
Duchene? Y'all still like Matt Duchene? Still love?
Well, I
No.
do, but he don't.
Yeah, I loved him till after the Colorado series.
Yeah.
And it was over.
Wait, how did you? Wait, so then
Do you think we should keep Soros or get rid of him?
Keep him.
depends. Who do we trade him for?
That depends. I
Oh,
love
gee,
him.
I like he's open for
I
change.
like it. I like it.
Mitch Marner? Mitch
Still at
Marner?
a young age.
He
Yeah.
said, no.
I want to take
You want Askarov to come up, don't you?
he's good.
Ah, see?
This guy knows what he's talking about. This
Yeah.
kid.
He-
Yeah.
You got
When it comes to Predators, he does.
bright future
He's
ahead. young
showing
man.
his hands when I speak fit. Yeah.
I think we're in trouble.
For Saros, I would want if I were gonna trade Saros, I would want like a good offensive player.
Well, that's what we need. We need another offensive attack player, like somebody
I'll tell you
like
what, Carson. Tell you what, I'll send Marner from Toronto, and you give me Saros. How's that sound?
No, because he wants too much. How about Gensel? There you go, baby.
Ooh, hey, Gensel,
Yeah,
you might get
Gensel's out
Gensel.
there. He's not going back to Kakalaki, and he's not going back to Pittsburgh either.
They've
Nope.
been talking about Gensel, but they're afraid he's going to cost too much.
Apparently, Carolina gave him a contract, a really good offer, and he wants to go to free agent. So,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard Mike Yo is looking for a job.
Yeah,
Right.
you got one shockingly.
We're taking over their live stream. They just wanted. I've been talking about you and told them how you've gotten into hockey and how much you like it and you like the Ice Guys. So
Wait, so how'd you get in a call with him?
I just did.
I would take.
He's a subscriber. He's a part of the familia. Anybody
There
you
can
go.
jump on in. That's what it's about,
right.
right?
Gotta get
Hey,
him the
that's what
shirt.
it is. When we say family, that's what it is. I mean, that's what it's about right there. Because Ian, you talk about it too. It's like when you're gone, who's going to listen to this shit? You know, who's gonna
That's
That's
right.
right.
I'm gonna
Here,
leave
no,
the
sorry,
show to
stuff.
Carson. Like I said, when I'm gone, long gone, Carson will take over. It'll be the,
Yeah,
the Ice
best-
Guys.
Landon, if
best thing
Carson's playing hockey, he's heard worse than shit. So
That's right.
100% from the ref too, right?
I bought him some rollerblades, and that was the best thing I ever did. He went from rollerblades to ice skates. It's like bam, just like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's all. Awesome.
Yeah, and just Carson during the summer, buddy. If you're not skating on ice, keep on your rollerblades, man. That'll be the best thing for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Be the best thing for you, man.
the only ice we have here is in the refrigerator. So
Hey, Shane, if y'all ever play any tournaments in the DFW area, holler at me. Holler at me. We'll go on the
All
ice. And I'm here in Dallas. My boy plays a little 10U house hockey. He wants to travel, but I say you can sit your ass home until you
Right.
figure out how to wake up before 8 a.m. But yeah, holler at me if you ever come to Dallas to travel, man. There's usually some tourneys out here.
there you go. Tell them hi. Tell them bye.
So which state is it in?
They're all over the place.
Texas, baby, home of the best
Texas,
team in
Texas.
hockey.
No,
Used to
I
be.
don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, I know you went to that game. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry for
he
your
did.
loss.
He went to that game.
I know it was pathetic, right? But
Oh, first period, he's like, Dad, let's leave. I'm like, I did not drive all the way to Nashville and pay all this money for tickets to leave after
Yeah.
the first period. Then after the second period,
hey,
I'm
at
like,
least y'all knew the
"Okay,
outcome. It wasn't like the one where they scored with like 6 seconds to go.
Exactly,
That was
yeah.
brutal.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was 9-2.
Hey, all love, Shay. Carson, shout out.
Yeah.
Nice guys, familia.
Way to go.
I
Our
appreciate
best,
you
our
guys.
best fans in Kentucky by far. Shay and
Yes.
Carson right here.
There you go.
Banter. Yep.
We listen every day, I promise you. Every
I
No
love
day.
that.
doubt that. We thank you so much, you
Yeah,
guys. You're on.
appreciate it.
Thanks for stepping up and coming on and joining us
Yeah.
and showing us who you are and telling us how much you love the show. That's phenomenal.
We really do. It's
Now you gotta start shipping us some
entertaining.
bourbon.
Whether I win or lose, it's still entertaining.
That's right.
Yeah, like
Hey, we've had a great season overall. We've just hit a little bit of a rough patch here in the
Yeah.
playoffs at times,
Yeah.
but good stuff. We're glad you guys are enjoying it. And the Preds, yeah, there's another team with the.
That's right.
Yeah. Preds.
That's right.
yeah, we're
Tell them
watching.
bye.
We're
Gotta
watching the
get my shit
finals
in
right
here,
now.
get my fucking-
Yep. That's what we're all doing too. We're all watching it
Yep.
together. So.
There's nothing going on. That's why they're still talking to us.
Yeah, it's been
No,
1-1 for a
it's,
while. Yep.
What do we got here? We got 12:30 left in the second.
Yeah.
Actually,
I got Florida to win and Bobrovsky to win the
Conn Smythe.
Vesna.
Yeah, Connor
Conn
Smythe.
Smythe.
I need to freaking stop betting right now.
No, those are good bets so far. Especially if you got a good price on Bobrovsky. I'm holding that ticket too.
I think plus 400 maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good value on
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I need to stop betting right now and quit giving
Yep.
stuff back. So.
All right.
You don't like baseball?
No, we're not getting it. Guys, it's great. I'm gonna mute myself and get off here because he won't stop.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
All right,
It's great to have you check in. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Nice to
Appreciate
meet
it,
you,
yeah.
Shay. Look
Nice
forward
to
to seeing
meet
you
you.
next season if we don't see you
Yeah.
again this season.
I'm
Oh,
just
you will.
thrilled we have fans in Kentucky, which is obviously
Fantastic.
Ice is for the drinks down there usually, Kentucky. But we've got the two people that love hockey, and the kid is getting into hockey. We love it.
Yeah. We love it. It's wonderful.
I can name every team in the NHL.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. You're going to
There
put
you
that
go.
on display for us right now, Carson?
What?
Go ahead. He said, "Name. Can you do it?"
Yeah, name them.
Right now?
Here, hold the
All
phone.
right. So
I need a beer. Hold the phone.
we got the Dallas Stars,
No, that's one.
San Jose Sharks,
Two.
Nashville Predators,
Yep.
New Jersey Devils,
Yep.
New York Rangers, Anaheim Ducks, and then we have Edmonton Oilers, Vancouver Canucks, and then we have I'm trying to remember other ones. Oh, Toronto Maple Leafs,
All right.
and Tampa Bay Lightnings, New York
Wow.
Islanders. Did I already say the Rangers?
Yep.
Yep, you
Shot
did.
to the Rangers.
All
That's
right.
all right.
And the Florida Panthers.
Yep.
And Winnipeg Jets. And I need to think of some more. Carolina Hurricanes. Colorado Avalanches.
I have no idea who you're missing.
Yeah, I mean either. Who am I missing?
There's a couple on the Pacific
Already
Coast,
said that.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the West
Toronto.
Coast.
I already said Toronto.
Yeah. I think you forgot California exists in the United States. There's a few teams.
We try to do that. We would soon just cut their asses off. And
I mean,
get political though.
oh wait, Las Vegas. Las Vegas
Yep.
Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Los
Right.
Angeles Kings.
Yeah.
There you go.
I already said the Sharks and the Ducks.
There you
And
go.
hold on, I'm trying to memorize. Oh, Washington Capitals.
Yep.
What about the Blue Jackets?
How about that Pennsylvania state?
No.
What about Vancouver? Vancouver
It's in
what?
Vancouver.
I already
You're
said
pretty close,
Vancouver.
though. You got most of it.
Oh,
I
did
already
you?
said Vancouver, and I
Vancouver's got a defenseman. I think the Predators are interested in a big fucker. I don't know who he is. About 6'8".
I
Zadorov.
hate the Canucks now.
Yeah.
Zadorov.
Okay.
Zadorov.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bro, I hate the Canucks now because they defeated us, and now I hate them.
Well, you're supposed
Yep.
to. Of course.
That makes
I would be
sense.
happy
That
if
makes
my
sense.
team got knocked out by somebody.
No.
You are a smart young man there.
Way to go,
Yeah,
Carson. You got
bro.
most of them. Let's give it a
Yeah.
round of applause here. Carson Walker,
All right,
named
Carson.
almost all 32
Ah.
NHL teams. Amazing.
That's the Ice Guys who we listen to it going to the game all the time
I don't know
Anybody
why.
that hates the Canucks is a friend of mine.
because they beat us out of the playoffs. We were at Game 4 and Game 6. Trust me, I understand why he hates them.
I mean, I don't know why I do this.
Oh,
it's,
fuck.
it's like a
Florida
habit.
fucking
It's like a habit, but what I do.
Oh, my gosh. Holy shit.
So hang on.
Well, we said
CC.
the words in front of Carson.
CC, piece of shit, motherfucking.
Wow.
What happened?
You won't. What?
We got-
Look what just happened. A giveaway by the Oilers, and
What?
Tarasenko
That
capitalized.
was the
on it.
weirdest.
They're ahead of us.
So Skinner tried to play the puck.
Yes.
Thought
Internet
CC
slow in
had it.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it comes out in front.
I just saw
Tarasenko
it.
puts it in
I
before
want the
even
Panthers to
Skinner
win.
can get back there. Just an absolute mess.
We
by
do
it.
too, Carson. That
Miscommunication by Skinner and CC. Something
I love the
that's never
difference in
happened.
reaction.
Skinner's are
And Ian,
Yeah.
Ian's like, sorry. Pearl was like, hey, remind me of the Christmas story when the dad's
Who
changing
scored
the tire. It's like,
Tarasenko?
Oh,
Yeah,
get on
Tarasenko
there,
was
get on there.
Edmonton is writing the book on how to shoot yourself in the foot and just
And
screw it
Did
up
I
for
not?
yourself.
Did I not
Make it
say
harder.
earlier that maybe CC should be sitting in a press box wearing a suit?
Pardon
Yeah,
my
you
language.
did. You did.
They're getting
That's
fucking
horrible.
schooled.
Call Jordan Sambrook up to take his spot. He'd
Yeah.
do a better job. That's some of that great
hey,
East
the
Coast
game's not
hockey
over.
Cheers
A
to the
lot of
champ.
time left here. A lot
Let's
of time
bring him
left.
in. He is a two-time ECHL Kelly Cup
That's right.
champion. Wrapped up the
Repeat.
series Saturday night with the Florida Everblades over Kansas City. Jordan Sambrook.
Congrats.
Get our
Fuck yeah.
cups and glasses
cheers,
in the air.
cheers to the Florida Everblades and cheers to hockey in the South. How about that?
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
thank you.
I can cheers that.
Oh,
all
I got
day.
his water up here.
Congratulations.
Dude, what's the mascot of the Everglades, bro?
Swampy, his name is. It's an alligator.
Swampy? Is it like a ghillie suit, like full on?
That's what I was
like,
hoping for. A guy in a ghillie suit would have been
Oh,
so
He's a great mascot too. He's like
no,
so energetic.
committed, right? Like full send all the time.
Oh yeah,
Jordan, welcome, man. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
guys.
Way to go, buddy.
Congrats.
The whole fam is so happy for you.
Yes.
We were all cheering you on. I was watching a lot of the games. I think maybe I missed a couple, but the majority of them I was watching. With
we even won you some money that one game. You said
I did because I bet it when you guys were down. And
Don't say that too loud.
Back in the third period, Florida plus 175 it was going into the third in one of the games against Case. That was when you had that eruption in the third period. I think it was game 3. Yeah, it was game 3. And you had that
game
huge
5
third
probably
period.
would have been even higher odds, down 3-1.
Yeah, no doubt. Not only
Did
cheering for
y'all
you,
see
but
that
a little.
backhand save that Bobrovsky made at the beginning of the playoffs?
I remember that against Tampa. Good memory
Yeah.
there, Carson. Yes.
But how does he do that?
That's just incredible athleticism and a little bit of luck. That's what that is. Yeah.
These
a
guys
windmill
work out and
save.
skate constantly.
I don't know why I do this. It's a habit. Every time I go to a Predators game and the team that we're playing against, if I see a fan of the other team, I always bully them.
Oh, stop. Yeah, he actually did that. We met some guys that were living in Atlanta, but they were Rangers fans. And so they were sitting by us, really nice guys. And we went up 2-0 on them. And Carson's like, "You guys suck. Y'all suck." I'm like, "Shut up." I said, "Do you know
Reminds me of me at that age. I love it.
Well, we got our ass beat 4-3 or something like that.
Yeah,
You know?
Have you met our chat?
I was like, "Shut up. Do you not know?"
They fit right in.
That's wonderful.
But Jordan, hey, tell me. I don't know like anything. Like where you from? Bio, Ian. Where's the setup, Ian? I know nothing about this guy. I know he just won a championship, but
You haven't been here when George's been on our Betcast.
I've been here.
Missed him.
No, what's up, Jordan? So,
Yeah, long story short, I guess I'm from Toronto, so near Ian, I guess.
Yeah, he's an hour east of me. Yeah.
Yeah, played 4 years in the OHL. I was drafted by the Red Wings in 2016, and didn't get signed by them, so went back for my overage year in the OHL. Went to school after that for a year. That is 2 years, year and a half. That was my second year was the COVID year, so we didn't end up playing. And then signed in Florida with the Everblades that second year, and played 2 years with the Everblades, then got traded in a futures trade last year. So last season I played with Kansas City, and then this season,
team that he beat in this year's Kelly Cup final. How about
I
that?
got back
the Mavericks, right?
Yeah, I got back
The
with
one
Florida.
ECHL team I saw, Allen Americans versus the Mavericks. They got their ass kicked by the Mavericks.
Yeah,
A
so
couple
we got
years
back with
back.
Florida this year, and it all worked out pretty good. So
I'll say it was the best trade ever to get you back to Florida and back to another Kelly Cup championship. You were there for the 2 of the 3. They've gone 3 in a row, but you were there for 2 of them, the first and the third.
And the front wing, are you a wing center?
Defense.
Yeah.
Oh, defense, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and putting up more points than I expected, quite honestly. I mean, I saw a goal or 2. I saw some assists.
Yeah, I think I had 7 or 8 in the playoffs, I think. So
Yeah.
not too bad.
And I thought
Everybody
the
got
last
chipped
2
in.
series, man, you were chipping in even more. The conference final and then the Kelly Cup. Yeah.
Jordan, was there a point in your playing hockey career where you knew you were a defenseman? Because my kid tells me this all the time. He's like, he loves to play NHL 24. So now he's out there sliding around like he's fucking Brandon Tanev, you know. He's like trying to get on the ground. And he's like, "Do you see that when I did that?" I was like, "Yeah, but you also blew right by you and you didn't get it." So was there a point where you said, like, you know, I want to play defense and you just knew?
Yeah, I kind of always play defense. I guess when we were like really young, you like switch it up. I just play forward and D, but the biggest thing for me, my dad said, was that I was always the first one back, like skating back. So I just knew it.
Wow. Florida has just
Story,
potted
man.
one. And God, why? I'm happy, trust me, based on who scored. But I had him as my bargain bin the first 2 games. I got off him for the bargain bin tonight. And now he scores again. Sam Bennett. which is still big for me because I have him over 1.5 goals for the series. I needed that one. This is first goal of the series. Sam Bennett, a turnover again by the Oilers. Oh, no. Who was it this time? What a shot. Roof job by Sam Bennett, and it's 3-1 Florida Panthers.
I got a 5-2 final I'm sitting on for a score.
Correct score? Oh, very good. Yep.
Yeah. So they can keep rocking that all night long, and I need Bennett for another point.
3-1 Panthers, and it is getting it's
And the
first of all,
morgue-
the building is dead
I
silent.
was going to say the morgue is in. The
What's
morgue
that
is
old
on
line?
track.
It's most piss on cotton or something? Yeah.
Yep. You can hear a mouse piss on cotton right now at Rogers Place. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my God, it is. I just put the volume up. It's like Sean's voice
it's
and
dead.
nothing behind it
Like,
on
it's
the
dead.
ABC broadcast. Yep.
Oh, you see the faces hanging low in the crowd. I mean, it's
Yeah. That was a really big take the air out of the crowd goal, because now it's a 2-goal spread against a team that's stingy as fuck.
Yep.
You know.
And Edmonton hasn't done anything in a pattern for the last 10 minutes. They can't get in the position defensively. They can't find a rhythm offensively. They're skating aimlessly. This is a mess.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you said a bad word.
Well, now for Edmonton, it's absolutely a must. They try to get the next goal. It's an absolute must for them.
Ian, you said a bad
word. And the best part about Florida right now, and this has happened all 3 games, and probably has been happening the entire playoffs, is they switch seamlessly from playing either a muck game to a speed game, to a skill game, to a fuck you game. Excuse my French, but like,
adaptability.
You can see them,
right?
Like they'll muck it up the boards. Oh, it comes free. Okay, boom. Now we're into our system, right?
It was Ian.
Seamless. It's just seamless the way they play the game. It's crazy.
No, it's very impressive what we're seeing from this team. There's no question. Just like I'm impressed with Carson here, naming almost every NHL team. That was.
Did you get the Flames, Carson?
Oh no, I forgot the Flames.
You forgot my Flames.
No.
You're breaking Goose's heart here.
Nobody
Come
cares
on.
about
Yeah.
the Flames.
Carson, you did well. Everybody should forget the
My
Flames.
dad said, and you said a bad word.
No.
Everybody
No, we
should
never
forget
say
the
those
Flames.
here on the Ice Guys show.
You're
Never.
doing well.
I don't care. You can cuss. I don't care.
Wonder if a nurse Line playing would work. Oh, Rico, if anybody takes Line, they got to be crazy right now. That's just a service.
Line is going to Russia. He's going.
Oh yeah.
No, he's going to find it.
Or Goose, he gets flipped for Huberdeau straight up.
Oh
yeah.
Jesus Murphy. I don't know what would be worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They stole,
I mean, are they both getting 8-5? They're both getting.
I would take
8-5,
Line
exactly.
over. I would take Line over Huberdeau all day.
Nobody wants either one of them, but why? But
No.
why?
I would take
They both
Line
need to
over
change the
Huberdeau
scenery.
all
Why
day.
not flip them?
Well, this is
You're
it, right?
screwed either way. Like
yeah, exactly.
You don't want either one of them,
but
you know.
nobody cares about the Flames. Thanks, Ryan.
At least Line
Good
went
job.
and helped himself and stuff like that. Like maybe he might be able to turn it around. Huberdeau is a basket.
No, we don't need Line A in Toronto, Treshire. No.
That would just be funny.
I don't think. Yeah.
We got
After
enough.
Once if Toronto blows the team up like 2 years from now, then Lyon will pop up and be like the number one thing. like that. It has that feel of like those old Rangers late 2000 teams. It's like, what's Jaromir Jagr doing here? Like that's where Line A in Toronto would be like.
The question now here's something, because I know he's got 2 years left at 8.7, 8.8, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that. I know it's 2 years left on the contract. They can't buy him out until he's out of the assistance program, correct?
That's right.
Yes.
Right. He's literally protected, right? They can't trade him. They can't do anything with him until he comes out.
There's like provisions, but yeah, it's tricky. He's semi-insulated.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Because basically from their point of view, they'd almost be better just to buy him out.
Yeah, but that would be a huge hit.
What else you gonna do with him?
I don't know.
Like
4-1 Florida. Okay, I got to take a break here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh baby! Wow, breakaway! They're busting. They're just coming unraveled defensively here.
Here's the
breakaway.
thing.
That was Barkov, I think. Yep.
I heard this quote the other day too, and I forget who said it, but it's absolutely correct. he is the best hockey player that doesn't like playing hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All the skill in the world, right? He should be a 40 goal man every year. No problem. But he to me, he comes across as disinterested, lazy, maybe, doesn't want to put in the work, right? Oh, I got my contract. Okay, I can sit, right? I'm okay. Like it's weird. It's really strange. So I don't know. And maybe he's just not liking life in North America, right? That might be the other thing.
That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So going
right?
and make
go
a
back
deal.
to what is he? Is he
he's Finnish?
Swedish?
Finnish.
Finnish?
He's
Yeah.
from Finland. Yeah.
Right. Go back to Finland. Enjoy your life. You'll probably make a boatload of money over there.
Yeah.
Right. Playing hockey.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's the thing. Go to Russia. Go to Russia and make 10 million. And actually, be the guy, and they'll cater to him.
You still make
only
damn
play
good
40
money over
games.
in Europe. I know that.
He'll play 40 games and score 25 goals and make 10 mil and doesn't have to be in the U.S. and hear all the media scrutiny here in North America scrutiny.
No, and play what is it like a 55 game season? I think over there. Like it's nowhere near the 82.
No,
right, nowhere near that. So I don't know. It's just so odd, right? That like I say, the guy with that much talent seems to. The game seems to all the time, though.
It came every decade. You can think of a few people, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But for him, like that first year he came in the league, hockey was so effortless for him, right? Everything, boom, boom, boom. It just this looked like another new superstar, and then all of a sudden, right, 2 years or 3 years into Winnipeg, and it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, but playing in places like Winnipeg and Columbus can break your spirit too.
Well, right.
Yep. That's
living in those places can possibly break your spirit too.
But let's be honest, Winnipeg and Finland are pretty much the same damn thing.
Oh yeah, it does kind of seem like
right? Like, come on.
Columbus does seem like a European. Columbus kind of had the European feel to it too, when I see.
Well, this is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you got it, Cuban. We definitely gonna have to save it for prosperity.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no doubt. I got to ask Jordan with the cup celebration there after you won that. What a way to end it, right? Overtime to win the Kelly Cup.
Oh, nice.
Overtime winner. It was an overtime game winner in Game 5 on home ice, and then the cup celebration starts. I love that you brought the injured teammate there on the ice in the chair. You pedaled him around with the broken wing there or foot, whatever he had. And you let him spin around with the cup there. That was awesome. You were higher up on the pecking order and the food chain as far as what time it was for you to get the cup and your spin with it.
I know, yeah. We basically just did it on who's the most veteran status. So I'm almost at 200 pro games now. So I'm kind of up there. So
you got the old guy. You're the old guy.
Yeah, I've been close to the back of the bus. So, but no, it's been quite a week, honestly.
So do you guys get a day with it to yourselves, like down the line in the summer, or how does that work?
No, not here. I don't think. I think it's just a little too much. Send the cup to everybody.
There's just 3 of them hanging out in Estro, basically at the beginning of the season.
Basically,
have the banner and everything.
Yeah, I did it for. We just celebrated it for this week. Like some guys already left to go home today. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some guys like that flew down that didn't have a car down here. They flew back today and stuff. So yeah, we've been doing stuff all week. We took it to some club the night after that always supports us and all this, and all the guys live at the apartments, our apartment complex, so they have a nice big like pool area there. So we went there and hung out with there and went to Fort Myers Beach for a day. The weather's kind of been brutal down here this week. It's been nonstop rain.
Obviously,
but it's been a fun week. So
I can only imagine. I'm sure Saturday, Sunday, those first 2 nights after winning, so some benders, some parties, some good
we stayed in the locker room.
Couldn't wait to get that face hair off your too. I can tell. Yeah, the old beard. You got rid of that pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
It's been a little too long, or not a little too long, a little too itchy and stuff. It was once the playoffs was over.
I obviously can't say it for winning as a player, but even as a fan, growing 3 playoff beards, that was the best day ever. Was that the next day where I could shave all that off?
For sure.
Oh, it was the great feeling.
Yeah.
My face felt like 10 pounds lighter when I got a haircut, when shaved the beard. It was like, wow.
Oh yeah, I'll just say, wait. So you grew the beard and the hair? Because that's what I did too. I had an afro for most nights. I had an afro and a beard by the time the Hawks had won. So you did the whole long hair as well. Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. No shaving.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my over trifecta was looking really bleak after the first period. I might still cash at least the last leg of it. The over 5.5. Need one more. Yeah.
Edmonton's starting to find some legs here, so
And you know,
They better.
Yeah.
They can't quit on this game. They can't.
No.
and it's not a question to see Picard in that, right? Why not? In this third
Yeah,
period?
no, honestly, you know what? Yeah, why not put him in the third?
Give him a break. Give Skinner.
So
a break.
am I in
Skinner
this
break.
over 2 in the
Well.
third period? Over 2.5. They go empty net. Why not?
Why not?
They're going to bring it
Why
out.
not give? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
nothing. There's nothing to. There's no tomorrow. Each one of these games.
Like, look at it this way. Bob feels so good right now. If anybody's just watching that play that just finished, he was 15 feet outside the
Oh, he's
blue ice.
confident
playing
as
that
all
puck,
get out. Good.
right? Like he
Yeah,
doesn't care.
100%. Yeah.
The beach ball.
It's crazy.
Yo, that is. You're a little ahead of me, and I'm watching that.
Yeah,
Look
I
at how
just
way
I
out
just
he
too.
is. You're not getting any sort of angle with this
He
shot.
knows because he knows that they aren't crashing the net. They're staying
Nope.
at the perimeter at all points, and every pass is even being. If that makes sense, the passes are coming outside. Nothing's being passed in front.
Right.
And,
No,
and
nobody's
Carson,
made an effort.
Carson, this is something you want to learn about. There's passing in front, so you have your stick in front, and you have the puck in front of you to make a play going forward, or you have passes coming behind you. You want to have the puck in front of you when you're in the offensive zone. And Edmonton is being hesitant, keeping the puck behind them, close to them, and not attacking the net. You don't want to have that when you're playing offense. You want to be in front and be toward the goaltender. And Edmonton's simply not doing that right now.
Bennett's
And the bad thing is that Edmonton and Florida are so far away from each other, so the players have like such a long flight.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and
100%.
Florida, and
Great
it
observation.
hasn't bothered Florida. And that's the thing. And now you're talking about Edmonton. If they win a game at this point, they got to be the ones to make that long travel 5 hours south, and then try to find a way to win. So yeah.
Womp womp for Edmonton.
I mean, that's 100% though. That front of the net time has been neutralized this series, right? So to your point, Alex, about what about that kind of net front presence you're having? That's how they beat Dallas straight up.
I think it's going to be 4-on-4 here. I think it's going to be penalties
Yeah,
both
no,
ways.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's just Perry in the box right now. I don't understand this. It should be
Earthworm
Bennett and
Perry at his best. That's all I've seen him do. Is he's been on the ice the whole
Bennett's,
fucking time.
Bennett's on full Bennett playoff mode right now.
Oh, Perry's not too happy.
That's the other thing. If you look at the series, how the intensity level have been compared to each roster,
No,
right?
exactly right.
Line by line.
Yeah.
Has there been a same match in intensity? Absolutely not.
Perry's like, what did I do?
Like it's not a lack of desire for Edmonton. It's just that Florida's doing every little thing it takes to win a
You know what?
series like this, and Edmonton isn't. Really, I mean that's the main difference. Yeah.
All right, so just twos apiece.
That's true. Where's Draisaitl? You're right. Can't find him with a telescope. Where's this big blow me away game from Connor McDavid? This guy that's being put up there with Gretzky and I'll go on that
Where they-
list
where they
again,
at?
Lemieux and Gordy and
Dang.
I did get a heads up today. Apparently,
Shout out, no limit.
Draisaitl's playing with a sports hernia. Neither here nor there on the excuse meter. But if he's got a sports hernia, and that would explain why.
Draisaitl. I thought Kane had one.
skating.
Draisaitl's got one.
That's what I got. I got a heads up. That's all I
He
can
is a
tell.
tough son of a gun because I saw him
Yeah.
barely able to move out there playing against Colorado in the West Final 2 years ago. I remember.
Like I know 2 years ago, I was skating with my hernia, and I had to keep pressing the damn thing back in between whistles when I was refereeing.
That's
So it wasn't the most good feeling to have, but
right.
I don't know what the difference is between a hernia and a sports hernia. It's a hernia. It's a rip in your abdomen wall, essentially.
Yeah,
right.
It's just positional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right. Like mine was so bad that part of my intestine was dropping down into my testicle sac.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mhm.
So I had I had a bulge for almost.
Not to go into too much detail,
Not
but
to go into too much detail, but that's a hernia.
It's medical
That's
terms, though.
Quite
medical.
nice.
That is the medical. Yeah, that is
True.
what happens.
Yeah.
Right. Just being honest.
Well,
Nothing we need to shy away from here.
I know we wouldn't
Literally,
lie to Goose at the hospital before. It's all good.
literally, I would come home at night, I'd lie in the bed, and I'd press my intestines back into my
Yeah.
cavity. Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
how
So
bad
yeah.
it
So
was.
you needed. Yeah. So that was. Yeah. You were definitely needing surgery
Yeah.
immediately.
Penalty.
Yeah.
No.
That sounds terrible, let alone how it feels. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you trust me when it feels like somebody's stepping on your testicle for 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what it is, right? It's just the weight is there. It's just crazy. So
I had my gallbladder removed years ago, and so that same pain where the gall and then the stones grow in the bladder and it pushes into the pancreas. So you have that back thing. So to have that,
That's
it's
right.
basically the same thing going forward. That's all.
yeah, right. So if that's what Draisaitl is dealing with, then I would explain why he's not skating well, right? And it is what it is. But to get back to McDavid, like McDavid has been invisible, right? Like I haven't seen him trying to take
Hey.
control.
He had a
of the
great
game.
chance early, and I've seen, I'll be honest, very
Other
little.
than that, he's been
Don't look
quiet,
like the best player in the world right now on the ice to me.
right?
Shots on goal ladder still live. I mean, shout out to
I've seen
that.
Barkov do more than McDavid tonight.
Mhm.
I was surprised to see the 3 after the first period. To be honest, by old McGee's to be on like 3 in the first period. I said, man, whoever got that ladder, that was a good move tonight. The
Edmonton's
typical-
got a 4-on-3 now because Ekblad just got a penalty. They need to
What do you need
score.
the penalty
This is a
for?
recording on the power play. Yeah.
hooking.
Oh, hooking.
Yep.
One of the players on Edmonton sat on Bobrovsky.
Yeah, that was
They're trying to do everything you can to agitate him. You got to at this point. You got nothing left. Pull out all the bag of tricks.
They're that desperate.
Oh, you are. This
Yeah,
is the
gotta
last
be at
game,
this
man.
point. I mean, you lose here.
No tomorrow.
You're pretty much done for. You got to win 4 in a row, which is never
Ask
really
the
happened.
Mavericks.
gotcha, Nick. Okay.
Yep,
Right.
ask the Mavericks.
Now, does this year's Stanley Cup not look like last year's? Where last year Florida was getting manhandled essentially because they didn't have the ability to get back. Like, does this not look the exact same?
It does.
I think Florida ran out of gas that series. Though. They
Well,
just-
but that's what I
It
mean.
is
Like,
so
if-
tough,
if-
so much,
But if
so
you look
much
at Edmonton
coming
this
back.
year, they
Right.
look like Florida from last year.
Yeah, but it's not
The
because they ran out of
similarities
gas.
are very,
No.
very,
Yeah.
very spooky as far as I'm concerned. Not necessarily
The
saying that now.
similarity is they're getting cooked.
Yeah,
The
the
reason
similarity
why
is
they're
there,
getting
right?
cooked is different. Yeah. But Florida ran out
But
of
I
gas
don't-
last year. Edmonton just don't have. They just don't have the plans together. They are
No,
just about
so-
at the worst time. So
The one thing-
heavy
one thing-
line dependent.
Yes.
The one thing everybody's talked about between players on players, forwards on forwards, so on, so on, and so forth. The only thing I haven't heard really talked about a lot, and I think it's made the big difference in this series, is the coaches between Knobloch and Maurice.
Yep.
Right, Maurice is this is what, his 4th Stanley Cup final, third,
It
third
is
for
his
sure,
just
third for sure.
actually only his third.
third,
It's
right?
only his third. He had the
'Cause he had
one
one with
in
Carolina.
Carolina 2002 against Detroit. Bowman's last year.
Yeah,
Bowman's
right.
last
So
year with Detroit before he retired. Yeah.
So he does have a
Paul
leg
Maurice
up
in
on
Carolina.
Knobloch,
Yeah.
and seems to have a better
Give me some milk.
right. So he needs some milk. Yeah.
After the Panthers win, all the Oilers fans are gonna have a long walk back to their car.
Oh,
Yep,
tell you,
yes, indeed.
Jasper Avenue is not going to be
Again,
a
another
happy
good
place.
point by Carson here. Yeah.
Yeah, Jasper Avenue.
4-1
is not
Florida
gonna be a happy
after the
place
second.
tonight.
Second period's over. 4-1 Panthers right
And
now.
if this happens again on Saturday, it's going to be a whole different story too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a buddy of mine at work, his father-in-law, grabbed tickets for Game 7 down in Florida. Game 6
yeah.
in Florida. Game 7 in Florida. Bought them like a couple days ago, right? Just on the chance that they were going to get there. He paid, I think he said $2,500 a seat for the tickets.
Yeah.
And he of course he had to buy his flights too, right? So hopefully he got the cancellation insurance on the flight.
Oh man.
because the flights were probably another $2,000 minimum.
Yeah, because
Right,
what you gotta catch? You probably gotta catch 2 connectors to get from.
You gotta get one. You gotta connect either through Chicago or Dallas.
For Cuban, hope he's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So it's one of the two.
Treating Big Mad, dude.
So
Paul is usually a pretty even kill guy, but he left like substitute teacher that stopped listening because everybody said fuck the class, and y'all start going buck wild for the substitute teacher. He's like, he went out.
Nah.
Oh, Dallas boy!
There he
What's up, Dallas boy? Where's that guy in the chat? Dallas boy is here.
Through the Betcast, he was golfing earlier. Delayed him a little bit.
Not very good, Bailey. We're thinking the Oilers are pretty much done.
Yeah. Maddie, what's up?
What's going on, boys? How are
you? Feeling good. I know you're the one that had the guts to take a stand and bet Florida money line, Florida team total.
Sort of goose.
Yeah, Florida money line, Florida team total, Stan Bennett, anytime goal scorer.
Yep.
I had Barkov to get an assist, plus 165. That hit. So it's been a good night.
Yeah.
Obviously missed the first period over, but still.
Hey, Landon, that's your little one behind you? Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Right on, there we go.
Coming out tonight. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, this is what I said. If Carson ever comes through Texas, they're gonna play. They're gonna play. They're gonna get down.
Yep.
Well, dangle fest.
Hey, Ian, we'll have to sponsor. We have to have an Ice Guys youth team at some point.
Yeah, no doubt.
Learn to play with the Ice Guys. Sponsored by Boston Hemp.
Get the black and blue jerseys. Big Boston Hemp logo on the front with the black and blue jerseys. Yeah.
Get your nuggets, boys. They ain't talking about chicken.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, man.
All right, what do we got here?
Actually, now that Matt's joined us, I'll talk about this. Jordan, of course, with Florida, beating Kansas City. Matt's buddy is on Kansas City, David Cotton. And you were involved in that damn trade back and forth, too. It was you guys were involved in that. But I'll say this, Matt, and I said this to you earlier. David Cotton had a hell of a series for Kansas City in the Kelly. Jordan, you had a front row seat to it. I mean, he played great. If you're Kansas City, you can't say we lost this series because David Cotton didn't show up. He played great. 3 goals in 2 games combined. He did everything he could. He had a good series.
Yeah, he played well. Me and him had some good battles in the series, that's for sure.
I noticed that. There was one little scrum there with the two of you, I think, in one of the games. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
One guy on my team kept joking around with me. He goes, we got to make sure we won the trade. Like, you got to make sure you're better than him.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's funny how that works. Like, even in the NA back in the day, like, I got traded at one point, and the guy that got traded for you, and, like, prior to that, you have no bad blood with them or anything like that. But on the ice, you're like, buddy, I got traded to the team that's going to the playoffs. Like, have fun, golfing in March and shit like that. It's like little chirps here and there. So it definitely continues. And I'm sure after the series, boys will be boys. He would have had a beer with you and hung out and had a good time. So.
Oh yeah. He had a good series. He's a good player. Obviously, he's played in the American League. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a guy
on ice rivalries stay on ice, and then even just like a few days later, you can you have beers and together, and just everything's forgotten. Hell, if fucking who forgave Claude Lemieux from Detroit for that hit? Wasn't it Draper? Chris Draper.
Yeah, it was Draper.
It was one of the most vicious, sick hits you will ever see. Claude Lemieux on Chris Draper in that Detroit-Colorado rivalry in the late 90s. And even after all these years, and they almost decapitated Draper, and Draper has even found it in his heart to forgive Claude Lemieux after all these years. And they've actually broke bread and, made peace.
Anyone worse than Schleify? Yeah. Like Schleify, Jake Evans?
Yeah.
Was it worse than
Jake
that?
Evans and Schleify, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that hit?
That's true, Chester. Yep.
I've never seen anybody hit somebody like that before. I was like, oh, Looker's going to die.
I played with a guy my New Mexico year, Chucky Slick, that he got kind of famous for his rap song about junior hockey back in like 2011. But so the next year he was on Corpus, and so we fought in the game.
Dangle Sniper Sully.
And we fought Friday night, and then Saturday at like noon, he picked me up at the hotel. We went to the beach in Corpus, had a couple beers. back to the hotel, quick nap, and then played Saturday night. So sometimes you gotta have a couple pops with the boys. Some warm
That's right.
Keystones back then because it was the null days.
You
No
park
money.
it on the ice, you forget, and you move on. Yeah.
You reach an understanding, right? And if you ever have any, and that's why I'd say about all the other sports, you never get the chance to do that. You never really get a chance to.
Came back and hurt.
If you really want to see.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I've never buried a hatchet on the ice ever. I had guys that I fought for years, right? Because they're in the same age group. So you go.
You
through.
guys never put it past you, or just a kumbaya moment, nothing like that.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's a real old time shit right there. I like that.
Yeah, no, and it's only a couple guys, right? And I'd see them every year, and every year we'd look at one another, we'd just shake our heads and fuck away we'd go at it.
Yep.
But the two or three guys, I just never ever go.
Who were the two old CFL guys who fought on the stage?
Oh, that was
Joe Cap and
Joe Cap and Angelo Mosca.
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Swinging
with his cane at him. Yeah.
That's a grudge to the grave right there.
That was a grudge to the grave. Yeah, exactly.
That was. Yeah, that's so true. Rest in peace, Angelo Mosca too. Yeah.
I see the Tyson fight is on hold. Apparently he's got an ulcer.
Coming back November 15th. It's been moved.
Yeah.
He's 57 years old. Trying to box.
But the thing is, though, if you look on YouTube, you can see his latest training video. I'm not taking that hook.
No,
I'm not taking that right hook. No fucking way.
Well, that's the thing. That's always the question. You see that on Twitter at times, like how much money would you take to get punched by Mike Tyson?
Oh no, there's no way. There's no way.
Got a price.
That hook looks dangerous. Now, if you can box him for 8 rounds, you can tire him out. No problem.
All he needs is one shot.
That hook,
Oh,
you're done.
Yeah.
Screw that crap.
Yeah.
But I guess the guy that he's fighting apparently he's got some hands and is decent.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No. For learning how to box basically 5 years ago, he's incredible. But he's fighting Mike Tyson. Like,
yeah.
This isn't even Michael Moore, and it's funny. I just watched that fight a couple nights ago. Michael Moore getting knocked out by George Foreman in his 50s.
Oh, 90s. Yeah.
Yep.
This would look worse than that. Essentially, like.
Yes, we do. Ford, so we'll get there.
Hey, are there any live bets? Is there anything live that we're doing?
I don't really know.
I mean, this is a wrap, right? If the Panthers win tonight.
The thing is, I was going to bet Florida team total over 2.5 early in the second, and we got talking, and Florida got that second goal, and I missed my chance.
Yeah, you got over 5.5, so
I got the over 3.
Yeah.
Thanks to Maddie.
Yeah, that one's been put off.
Maddie got me on
back
that.
Off to November.
That's a good look.
I'm looking at the over 1.5 in the third, but only because I need a 5-2 final, so I'm kind of partial to.
Oh yeah, Matt has been on Florida from the beginning in this. Well, to be honest, I'm on Florida in the cup for the cup futures. I didn't need to bet Florida individually in the series, but like I said, I am happy if they win this final. Obviously, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned the team total earlier today on the show.
It was a great price. It was only minus 110 when I saw it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's really good looks.
No.
Again, I thought Edmonton would come out a little stronger than they have, but Edmonton went 4-3. That bet still hits. There's no way with Florida's depth they weren't going to at least get 2, and so why not get 3 against Skinner, who's
it's
been up and down. So.
I love
for minus. I would have loved it at minus 110. I would have put a little more on it, but minus 120 still seemed like too good of a price.
Still pretty good. Yeah. 100% true. So now that the season's over for you, Jordan, what's the summer plans now? Lots of golf down in Florida. Are you staying in Florida for a while still?
I have to go back at the end of this month because my visa expires, so I have to go back. So I'll be back home for like a week or 2, and then I basically go back and forth because my girlfriend's down here. So I go back and forth all summer, and I think we're gonna try and golf tomorrow, although the weather's supposed to still be bad, so might get rained out. But
that's the problem. They've had fucking terrible downpour, torrential rains down there.
Oh, it's been horrible.
Feet of rain, literally.
Oh yeah, it's been like flooding. Like it's really bad in Miami, and this side's been bad too, especially down in Naples, really bad.
Yeah, it's been like we're talking big time rain. Yeah, that
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get down there.
Yeah,
It's been,
then I'll start getting on the workout plan here in a few weeks for summer training and start getting ready for next year.
I know you gotta
Short
keep up that
turnaround.
hockey.
Short turnaround
skate.
when you win a title. You know,
Yep.
the summer gets a little shorter. So
Exactly.
They haven't had a problem with it in the past. This team, I mean, they've only won 3 in a row. They're going for 4 in a row. You're going to be back with this team, I assume, next year, right?
Yeah. I want to. If I'm in this league for sure. I mean, we'll see if I did an American League deal or something, but I definitely want to be back here.
I think he made a push for an American. I mean, that playoffs you put together was solid. For a guy that's basically been on your third pair defensive pair for the whole playoffs, I thought it was a great playoff for you, honestly.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I know. We'll see what the agents have to say, but yeah, I definitely want to be back here. I love it down here in the
Estero.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Hey, they packed the place. They love that team. I give them credit.
The newest addition to the liquor cabinet, buddy.
There we go, Motorhead. Yeah.
It's weird because like last year, the Panthers were playing in the Stanley Cup. They were playing like they didn't like know what they were doing. But now this year, the Oilers are playing like the Panthers did last year, and the Panthers are whooping them.
That's exactly it. You know what it is too, though, Carson. They had a ton of injuries at this time last year in the Stanley Cup Final, Florida. I mean, Ekblad and Kachuk, and they were all like playing through oblique tear for Ekblad, sternum broken for Kachuk. I mean, you go on and on. They just were mangled, that Florida team. Oh, I think we lost Carson. They were mangled, that Florida team, in the Stanley Cup Final against Vegas last year. Paul Maurice said it earlier today. We're 1,000 times healthier as a team this year compared to last year in the final.
Yes, they are.
I forgot there was a kid on the stream.
Father just left him on the.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I looked over at my side screen, was like scrolling Twitter to see what people were saying about the game so far, and all of a sudden heard the voice, and I was like, "Is that me? Is that an ad for Toys R Us kid?"
Yeah, like what the hell happened here?
I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard the bit of the kid that calls into the Pat McAfee show on ESPN? And he's like he says he's 8.5, and they're like, "Dude, you're too young to be watching the show if you're using half ages." And he's like, "I just want to say, you're an inspiration to everyone out there, like telling your story, all this stuff." And they're like, "Dude, thank you so much." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, and fuck Boston sport," and just like all the guys go banana land.
Love it. That's awesome.
Private chat, it's so damn funny.
Oh
That's
my
good.
god,
I haven't seen that. That's funny. I look for that.
I love prank calls. They're so funny.
The CFL, there's a CFL game tonight. It's totally off topic. Winnipeg, Ottawa. There's a lightning delay with like 2 minutes left in the game.
Oh shit! Wait, 2 minutes
finishing the game.
55 minutes though.
Yeah.
Well, they had 55-minute rule, right? In CFL.
Right.
Other news.
Okay, so yeah, that's good.
White Sox have a 2-0 lead. So
Yep.
That against them.
Don't walk, run.
They won't.
For
They
the money
can't hold the
line
lead.
Mariners.
Yeah.
Can't hold the lead.
There
Tell you what, I was
a
on them in
tornado
that crosstown series for
North
game
Game.
1. I thought it was
You
money
know,
in the bank.
they can't hold a lead against anybody. Like that's literally their people. I know Sox fans. It was Sammy P. You guys know Sammy P. Sammy P's been betting against the Sox.
Oh, it's only bottom of the third.
Well, wait, give it time. Let that money line build up, and if they're still up by the 6th inning when they get to the bullpen, go all in on Seattle.
Actually,
Boston Connor. I see it now, Matt. I see you put the link in there. Good.
You can get it at plus 215 right now.
There we go. A little live baseball betting. Why not here on the?
I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah,
Actually,
it is a Betcast. Yeah.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Chicago White Sox, Mariners.
Oh, I'll jump on that. Plus 215. I'll sprinkle on that.
215 on the money
100%.
line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Chicago can't hold the lead.
Mariners
But
been a little flaky
do
when
like
it comes to
Crochet.
producing
That
runs.
is
So
one.
I'm
That's what I'm saying. I say
I'm
wait
not
for
touching it.
wait
I'm
for
not
the
doing
wait for them to
Crochet
get to
to
the
get
bullpen. Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do it.
Wait
Well,
for
that's okay.
Crochet
I'll
to get
grab
everybody.
more later.
I can't mess with it.
Speaking of
plus-
bets, Jordan's a golf guy. I had Bryson first round leader. He fell just short of that today.
I see Rory ended up coming in tied for the lead.
Tied with Cantlay.
-5. I didn't get to see any of the round, but it sounds like everything was sticking. It sounds
Here's
like
the thing with Cantlay. Cantlay's going to live up to his last name. You can't lay any money on him to win this tournament. He'll find a way to fuck it up. He will.
No.
Yeah.
He was. I couldn't believe the shots he was saying today. It was unbelievable. He was sticking the green like crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think, he's not going to last long up there.
Do you trust him, George? You love golf. Do you trust him to win this thing? No.
No, I don't even think Rory's going to get it done.
Yeah,
Rory had a good driving day, but his driver can kind of be all over the place sometimes.
He can spray it. Yeah.
He can get loose. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Scheffler was not himself today either.
No, that was
last I heard he was +1. Did he finish up there or?
I think it was either 1 or 2. Might have been 2.
Okay. All right.
But then he always comes back on day 2. Whatever his matchup is tomorrow, that would be, I think, easy.
Good bet spot.
Yeah, he'll probably be better tomorrow. Taylor Pendrith, Matt. I'll wait to talk about Taylor Pendrith until Matt's back. Matt is actually friends with Taylor Pendrith and his caddy, Mitch.
All of the Canadians played well. Taylor played well. Connors played well.
Yeah, Corey was -1 last I heard again. So
yeah, he finished out of that.
Did he? Okay, that's not bad. Well, here we go. Start of the third. We got 4 on 3.
Then you finish.
I think it's 4 on 3 to start.
It is power play for Edmonton.
Then you I think +1, but T36. So again, for a guy like him that's playing really well right now, making the cut, and then anything top 20, top 25 is a good weekend for him. So just keep packing on it. I think he's like 33, 35 in the FedEx, which is
he's had a nice season.
Very solid.
Taylor Pendrith, no doubt.
Yeah, he's played great since he got that win in Dallas.
Yeah. Corey Connors is right there. He's 1 under. He's got a chance.
Yeah,
waving the Canadian flag. Yeah.
I was disappointed in Fitzpatrick today. Thought he was going to do better.
Oh yeah.
eh?
What happened to him today, Fitzpatrick? Yeah.
Well, didn't he finish up -1 on the day?
Fitzpatrick was +3.
Oh, he was +3. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Whoops.
There's Bigfoot Finau in the mix too. 2 under again for Tony. Yeah.
He's been quiet the last couple of years.
Yeah.
This is the #1 power play, right?
You wouldn't know it watching this damn series. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Dude, they look like dog shit.
Yeah. They look like
gold for Dallas. That's the
like
fucking craziest
mentally
shit.
and emotionally dispirited and crushed team at the moment. Like this power play is horrendous to begin this period.
It's
They
so
haven't even
bad.
done anything with it.
It reminds me of the Canucks like early season in like 2023. You remember their power play was so bad.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, if they're like they haven't made a good pass yet. If you're not making a pass, then right, you're again, and Florida's letting them have the outside. Go right ahead, skate up the board.
I'm going to be jumping on over 6.5 if I get it at plus money. Because look, if Edmonton makes it 4-2, then it becomes pull the goalie territory.
True. Yeah, good point.
So and then you can
they
get
got
Kevin
Perry
Harry
out there.
Yeah, I know, right?
So that's
they want to get him in
target.
front of the net, right? Like that's the thing. They're going to try and muck a goal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good point, Goose.
That's a true story.
That's a
Scott
really good
Nagy.
point.
I played Corey Connors in golf when he was 16. He kicked my ass.
Ah, wow.
He is on the PGA Tour. That's him.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
So we're looking at
Damn.
It's Hadwin that's from where you're from, right, Ian?
It's Mackenzie Hughes.
Hadwin?
It's Mackenzie Hughes, who's
Hughes,
right
yeah,
in my
that's right.
hometown, just outside of Hamilton, Dundas. Yeah.
Even
Hughes played at he played at Kent State with Connors and Pendrith. They were all there together, 3 Canadians.
Yeah, Mac Hughes did. 100%
So what-
true. Yeah.
What is this, by the way? It's so weird. It's like one of the #1 offensive teams in the league, and they just look like a joke right now.
Well, it's not weird. It's Florida. I think it's more what Florida's doing, quite honestly.
Yeah,
Florida
it's gotta
is
be. It's gotta be.
insane what they're
But
doing.
they're also gripping the stick way too hard.
Yeah.
Like they are. They're
Yeah.
so off.
Well, they
you
felt
know, so
after that
went a little.
game 6, they felt so high going into the Stanley Cup, and then to be down 4-1 at home, down 0-2 in the series. Now it's panic mode time. Like now they're feeling
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I have to
as
be
low as
honest.
it gets.
The Panthers
Sinking
are
feeling.
punking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They are making them look like a Pee Wee team. I
The
agree
thing
with
is,
that.
though, Florida's just rolling 4 lines, and
Well,
you know what?
that's
Another
it,
thing too, it's another shit ton of ice time for all the big guns, and I'm starting to think they're wearing down a little bit because it's just relentless physicality. These guys
Yeah,
are
it is.
pulverizing and hitting McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman every opportunity they get.
One team
Every
understood the assignment this series, and the other team did. Florida's
Yep.
doing exactly what they need to do, and they're dog
Yeah,
walking.
exactly.
Plain and simple.
And they can't score on the power play, and that's killed them. What, 0 for 8, 0 for 9 now?
0 for 9.
Yep.
Right, but that also leads me back to my comment about Maurice, right?
Yeah.
He's running his 4 lines. Everybody gets about, somewhere between 15 to 17 minutes on the night.
Yeah,
right?
I like that you said that earlier. That's a
Like,
good
they're
point.
not running Bennett, 22 minutes a night. Like, they don't have to. Whereas Edmonton just doesn't have that balance, right? And we said that going in. I think the second round we were all talking about Edmonton's balance, right?
Yeah.
We knew it was off.
Right.
So
Yeah, Tarasenko's on the third or fourth line.
yeah,
He's on the third line right now, Vladdy Tarasenko. Yep, and he scores the
Needs
big
it.
goal to give them the lead. Yep.
Yeah, he's
That's
like a first liner.
yeah, right. But
Almost
again,
things.
he hasn't really shown up this playoff, right?
No.
He's had flashes, but he hasn't
hasn't
been.
had to.
Hasn't had
No,
to.
but-
That was the whole point of them remember when we did on this very show in the daytime when we said, "Oh, Tarasenko's going to Florida," and everybody says, "Well, that doesn't really seem like it's going to fit in." And it goes, "That's the point. You don't
No,
need
it's
him.
perfect.
You
No,
have
true
him there.
enough.
Yeah, if
True
you
enough.
need it, if somebody gets hurt, and you got to plug him in the top 6. He's there. But
No,
Shots
true.
on goal prop been coming in. Shout out to that. I know
Yep.
people talking about the shots on goal prop. He's at 4 or what right now? Like 1.5 is like
actually,
minus
yeah, I
150
think it's
territory.
4, right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, it just goes to show that the balance is off in Edmonton. Florida's got it right.
Yeah.
Right. The way they don't have to double shift anybody. They could just run 4 lines. Yeah, it might not be the same first to the fourth for talent and skill, but there's no, oh my God, I got to put out my 4th line. Holy fuck, I'm scared shitless. Like Florida doesn't have that. Whereas Edmonton, you get past them first 2 lines, it's like, that's a little tight once you get down in the 3rd and the 4th. So, but I would love to see, because Edmonton is so close to the cap, so tight to the cap this year, I would love to see what the new general manager is going to be able to do, because, again, it's going to have to be dollar in, dollar out. And if Edmonton wants to make a deal, nobody's going to give them the easy way out. They're going to hold them to the fire for a deal. So,
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
Yes, we
look who's back. It's Carson.
We can hear
Carson
you.
audio only. There we go.
My bad. I accidentally lost connection.
That's
Okay.
okay. It happens.
I have
Oh,
to
good
all the
little guy.
time.
yeah, it happens all the time, buddy. It's all good.
Welcome to doing an online virtual show. It's going to happen.
And we lost him again.
Bounced out again. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
You got to work on this, Carson. We can't have the show going in and out when I leave the show in your hands 50 years from now, 60 years from now. Yeah. When I spit the bit, Carson's going to be the new Ice Guys head honcho.
Carson's the host.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's try this on for size real quick. Say Edmonton gets swept, or at least 4-1, 4-1 or 4-0. They lose the series. If you're Draisaitl, now what do you do?
Go somewhere else.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Do you have
You
to
have
split
to go
the two
somewhere
up?
else.
Do you
You
consider
got, you got one more year
You
left
have
on
to
your
go.
contract,
Yeah.
so you can play the year out, and you can either tell them, okay, well I'm gone in free agency, so if you can trade me, okay. But now, does he have a no movement clause?
No.
Right, that's
What-
the other.
What if the Oilers pick up Marner and the Leafs pick up Draisaitl?
Right on for us. Good for.
Yep.
Too bad for Edmonton.
No, the Leafs would win that for sure.
Oh
but
yeah, that's a
They're
straight up
probably
deal.
about-
I would
they're
make
probably
that
about-
today.
Are they about the same money? Like as far as salary
yeah.
cap goes?
Well, Draisaitl. See, that's the thing. Draisaitl is probably going to get 13,
Yeah, he's so good, dude.
right?
He's
So,
way better.
If you're Edmonton,
Marner,
can
in
you
my
afford?
opinion.
And this is the thing. Edmonton's going to find themselves in almost the same Toronto spot, right? Because they're paying McDavid's what, 13, 12?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? You've
Yep.
got Nurse making 9 and change, which that's a contract they'll never get rid of. So you're going
He's
to
a
pay
minus
Draisaitl.
15.
You're going to pay Draisaitl 13. Now all of a sudden you got 3 guys making 34 mil. Right? You're in the same boat Toronto is. you can't afford to be there.
Yeah.
Right. The only good thing about this is, I was thinking about this the other day, it should balance out the league in a couple years. Right. You're not going to be able to afford to have 3 to 4 major money makers on your team. You're just not going to be able to afford it. So the league should balance itself out somewhere along the way. Yes, no, thoughts?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was just thinking, interesting poll question would be, would you rather
It's like the
take
same thing for Toronto. You got to make
or
a trade
Marner?
to jig up the core roster, maybe even a little bit, just to shake things up. A new
You
look.
have to take one.
Yeah.
You can't as much as, and I've been listening to everything the last 2 weeks, of course. You can't trade Marner. Why not? Why can't you trade Marner? Why can't you just let him walk to free agency and say goodbye? You can't afford to pay him 12.5 or 13.
Right.
Like, you just can't. Right.
Yeah.
If you could trade him,
I would never.
okay, great, trade him.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'll take a one for one trade if it's what we need. Whether it be a goalie or whatever.
You're for sure going to lose money on Marner, for sure.
Oh,
nobody's going to pay that much for his contract.
No, but at this point, Kat, I'm prepared. Like, all right, so my ideal trade would be Marner for Saros, straight up. I would.
Goal Edmonton.
Yeah, goal Edmonton.
Oilers. I think it's Philip Broberg that shot that, the defenseman.
Broberg?
Yeah.
Broberg, yep.
Over 5.5.
Oh, look at him go. Good
so
for him.
I would
6.5 was at minus 110. It was just
even though you're losing money on Marner, you're
That's
creating
over.
that cap
Nice.
space, right? Which is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but every other team, whether it's Dallas, whether it's Chicago, whether it's we got another Dallas guy.
I don't know if they do it.
The puck hits Mikula and goes in.
I don't know if you can get a 1-1 trade with those two, though.
But
I don't think that's
the
a
general
1-1
point
trade.
is that you can't afford to keep 3 guys making 13 sheets a year each.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah. No.
Right. So at
Not
some
feasible.
point that has to filter out to the rest of the league.
Right.
Because
you probably have to give up like Marner and Robinson.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever, right? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, but the point is that at some point the star power should now start to work its way out into the second and the third tier teams, right? Like that's the way it should.
Yeah.
In essence, I think when they started the salary cap, I think that's what they hoped for. Because
so it was like balanced and shit.
Then you
And
get
every team
right?
could spend. Every team could spend and have 2 big star money pieces, and then build out.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And
That
now
makes sense.
it
That
could
makes
maybe grow to 3, but that's provided you keep paying them 10 or less.
Yeah.
So,
But it forces you. No, this is the other part of this. Like Dallas drafts and develops fantastic, and Florida's the same way. Although Florida's been a mixture, but now it forces you to draft your talent smart.
Yep.
And let your guys grow because you have to, right? Like that's the whole thing of this. But it's just like
it does. The system does lend itself to that, but that's not what teams do. As we've seen, maybe team rush their first round draft picks. Okay, Alexis Lafreniere, or then you have some teams who do it right, like Seattle, Shane Wright. So
exactly right. So
it exposes the bad GMs and the bad front offices, and promotes the good ones.
Yeah.
How do you trade Marner?
He's still there.
Someone has to accept that.
It's got to be a scene change.
You have to accept that, though. Somebody has to accept that trade. I mean, yeah, okay.
There are teams that want Marner. I don't know why, but there are teams that want Marner.
Yep.
Like put it this way, Kat. I can think of 4 teams right now that have the cap space that could take Marner in and would pay him in a heartbeat.
Oh,
Utah. It's the first one right off the bat.
That's fit.
Yeah.
Chicago
Maybe you'd be good there.
Yeah.
Chicago's got the money.
Shouldn't do it.
Right. San Jose's got the money.
Yep.
Chicago would be fine.
Right.
That's a good idea, actually.
But this is the thing. You have
send
to
them
convince
to Chicago.
Well, this is it, right? But you have to convince these guys to go to these what we essentially call bottom feeder teams. But if you get them to a bottom feeder, all of a sudden that bottom feeder is not a bottom feeder. Right? That's the way it should work. But unfortunately, right, the haves and the have-nots, right? But everybody that has Toronto, New York Rangers, Dallas, Florida's going to find themselves in a cap crunch.
Yep.
Right? They're not going to be able to afford to re-sign Montour and Reinhardt.
Yeah, but those you can afford to lose those pieces. Essentially.
No, but I get
how
that.
good everybody else. Yeah,
but in 4 years,
they're not in that spot yet. Oh yeah,
no, exactly.
Years,
but in 4 years, Florida will be in that spot.
Yeah, Florida's
Right.
where
So,
Tampa was 6 years ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
Would you
they're
put
going to have to pay
Marner
their
with
guys,
Bedard?
and yeah, that's the problem. And they're going to be cap crunch.
Exactly,
very soon.
right? So
yeah,
you have no choice but
right.
to kind of you've got to get these high paying guys kind of moving through the league.
And all of us have to eat a little piece of shit for complaining about the $10 million a year contract with Sergei Bobrovsky, because now that contract looks fantastic.
But you got to admit, Alex, that first
Even
2
with
years
him
of that
getting older,
contract,
it was awful. It was awful. But now
looked horrible.
it has now not only paid itself back off, but now it's a good
Oh, yeah,
contract.
if they win a
Which
cup,
we
if
never
they
talk
win
about
a
that
cup,
with big.
all things are
That
forgiven.
never happens with big contracts though. And since the cap, when you talk about 7-year or longer deals, we have never on any level, any position talked about, oh, this deal went from dog shit to gold to platinum.
No, it usually goes up and down. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I can't disagree with you there.
So
and yeah,
that's huge. That's huge for them as far as trying to maneuver everything else, because you have your goalie set. You're not like where Tampa Bay had to go, well, we got to spend money on the goalie now at some point. We got to pay our goalie.
You're totally right there.
Yeah.
Rich, how are you, buddy?
There he is, Rich H.
What the hell's with the
Repping a little Canada.
guy
What are we
wearing an
doing
Oilers
here?
shirt?
What the hell is that?
Just a little color, a little balance for the Betcast.
Someone's got to cheer for the Oilers. Yeah.
You're a Canucks fan, man. What are we
All I
doing?
need is a Bouchard assist. That's all. I don't,
there you go.
I'm not saying anything else, but yeah, I'm here for that.
I just need a Bennett point. That's all I need.
Rich is
One
into the
goal
old
and a Bennett point.
Canada thing, even though Canucks lost to that team. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's like
So
There you go. And
I like it.
as Lou was saying, it's just been a bevy of special guests tonight, and from young to old, it's just been
all ages. Yeah.
sitting
7
back,
to
enjoying the
77. Red
show.
Goose. Yeah.
This is one for sure.
Definitely.
what the hell's going on? Oh, that's is that did he fire it over the glass or is that an icing? That's an icing.
Icing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Broberg shot, by the way, it went off Nico Mikkola and ricocheted past. No chance for Bobrovsky. It went in off Mikkola. Hit him.
And he was like right at the red line. Like he was almost equal to the net.
It's what we've been saying. Shoot the damn thing from anywhere at this point if you're Edmonton. That's exactly
Shoot
what
first,
you have to do.
Shoot fast.
Exactly.
And they haven't done that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you also look, the guy, the off winger is not coming at the net. Like that's the problem. You're shooting at the net. That's great, but there's nobody there for the fucking rebound.
No.
And this is what I don't get. Like this is simple hockey to me.
Yep.
You need a goal. You fire it at the net. You keep it low, and you got a guy going to the net. That's the way it works. That's the easiest play in hockey.
Yes.
Right. If you're lucky, you drag the defenseman in with you. The puck stays free, and then the third guy coming in pots it. Right. Like it's just, but they don't seem to want to go. They don't want to get dirty.
Yep.
Right. Like that's a killer. Like if you're not willing to get dirty, I don't care what team you are or who you're playing, you have to. At some point, you got to go in front of the net. You got to take a whack to get out of puck. And they just
look at the goal scores. They just flashed it up on the screen for the Edmonton Oilers in this series. Not McDavid, not Draisaitl, not Hyman, not Nugent-Hopkins. Ekholm, Fogle, and Broberg have scored their 3 goals in this series.
Right, that's gross and disgusting all at once.
Yeah,
like it really is. Like it is.
Yes,
all due
it
respect
is.
to them. Yeah.
Right? Like we all like going into this series, and I hate to say it because he fucks me every time, but I'm thinking, okay, this is McDavid's series. This is where he's gonna start firing the puck. He's gonna go back to being McDavid the goal scorer instead of McDavid the assist guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he hasn't been that. Like he hasn't even come close.
Yeah.
You can tell me he's hurt. Okay, that's fine. I'll you get an out there if you're hurt. Okay, you get an out.
Draisaitl definitely is hurt. Things.
But at some point, you also you still have to make the effort. You still have to do what you can do, and he hasn't been doing what he can do. So Florida has neutralized him. Their defensive structure on him has been almost perfect as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So But you know what I mean? At some point, your stars have to be your stars, and we all
Edmonton
know
is
that.
pressing. That's the good news. That's
They are.
Did put a little wind in their sails.
We got,
they're in
what
the
do we got,
zone,
11
but they're not
minutes.
doing as much as they should be with it. Yep.
But again, like, where's the puck in the zone? It's on the outside.
If this
Florida
continues where we don't see McDavid do anything and this ends in 4 games or 5 games, I'm telling y'all right now, this is on recording. Next fall, I don't want to hear none of that shit about McDavid the GOAT, McDavid in the elite category. I don't want to hear none of
Hey, I appreciate that.
None of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Take that shit somewhere else because I'm not trying to hear that because it's too long. He ain't showed up. You got to show
We're
up.
done with that. We're done with that.
We're at arguably the best player in the league and one of the best players in the league if they lose tonight. But a GOAT of all time, we're not there yet. If
he's not even close to
ESPN about that, but don't
Dude,
bring
he
that
won't
here.
get there.
Yeah,
there's no way.
No, I agree.
And he won't. And you know what? They won't make the miracle comeback to win this series. If they do, so be it. But if not, he's not winning the cup in Edmonton. If he's winning a cup in his career, it's not happening in that uniform.
No, it won't be in Edmonton.
No,
that's for sure.
I was thinking about this today that, a lot of stars, they don't win the first time they make it to the cup final. And one thing that's kind of clouding it is that it's taken him so long to get to his first final, but it is still his first final. Gretzky didn't win his first year. I think, the Islanders dispatched them quite easily.
Yeah, Sid's the same way, right? His first year he got blown out, but Sid was also a rookie his first year.
And what did both those? But what did both those guys? What did both of those two men do the next year?
They won a cup.
It's fantastic.
They went right back and won.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Sid's in a whole different conversation, I think.
I think the
So is the
team
rest of
structures.
that's my point. None of these McDavid doesn't belong in this conversation.
no,
Right.
not right now, not even close.
Right.
Until he wins a cup. Got to win that cup. Simple as that. Gretzky won a cup. Ovechkin won a cup. Crosby won a cup. Orr won a cup. Gordie Howe
And
won a
wait,
cup.
here's the thing.
Go on,
Wait,
Mario, Yarmir.
And let's compare him to Ovechkin because Ovechkin took forever to win the cup, right? But Ovechkin had to change his style completely and had to buy into a system that he wasn't comfortable with, not necessarily, in order to win that said cup. So what is McDavid prepared to do now after this to try to win a cup? That's the
Adjust
real
his
question.
game to win. Yeah, to win it, to win the ultimate prize. That's 100%. Jordan was telling me that he's neutral. You're neutral. You're not an Oiler. You're not cheering Oilers or Panthers. You're just open for a good series. Although I know part of you would be happy either way, right?
Yeah, both ways. Nice to see a Canadian team win, or nice to keep the cup in South Florida, I guess.
Yeah,
would be the other side. So
Florida is now the state of
home.
hockey. Let me say that again too. Florida is now the state of hockey. I'm saying that here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'll go outside later tonight and say Florida is now the state of hockey.
You're
but
gonna
they've
go
got all
outside
those
and say
great
that?
tournaments there in Minnesota for hockey.
No,
Yeah.
okay, all right, cool. Yeah, Florida is.
I need to see what Swampy looks like real quick.
Take a look. Great mascot.
Yeah.
He's into it though, right? Like he's down for it, right? He's like committed.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
he or she, they are. I should not be presumptive. They are down for the mascot. I always love a good mascot because the
that's great.
mascot
Mine
will get the crowd going. Even at the lowest of the lowest professional, the mascot's down for it. Everybody gets into the game,
Oh yeah.
Swampy's Bar and Grill. I know that's not it.
Oh yeah. I'm going to see if Florida next goal. I'm kind of interested. We'll see if the price drops a little bit in the next little bit, but they're starting to carry the play again in the Edmonton zone a little bit. Edmonton had a few shifts there where you could tell there was a little lift in their spirits for just a period of time there after they made it 4-2, but Florida
What time are they going to pull the
put
goal?
the old anaconda or condor clutch on Edmonton?
Actually,
again.
Swampy's legit. Swampy's an alligator, not just a ghillie suit. I was thinking like a ghillie suit, like straight up, just somebody hiding in.
That's
like,
what I was
a
thinking
bush
too. I'm like,
somewhere.
that would also be pretty cool. Yeah,
I think Ice Guys need a mascot. Ian, Alex.
we can work on that maybe.
Yeah, it's something that's something
Patreon exclusive will be unveiled. There might be a poll there.
There we go. Exactly. New mascot for the Ice Guys. Yeah. I'm trying to think what the hell it would be.
It probably would be a
I need
polar
some
bear.
suggestions. I'd have a hard time coming up with something on my
penguin.
own here.
Something John Massey describes.
Yeah, probably.
Where is that guy? What is John Massey?
Yeah, where
doing?
is John?
Is he
Where is
pissing
Massey?
off band students?
I don't know. But usually this is the time he comes on in late night. Yeah.
You should. I mean, He's not the guy to worry about because his team's out. He's not going to be here.
No, that's right.
Shout out to hey Matt, that fucking guy in the chat. Come on, where's Dallas boy? Like, hey, dude, we got jobs, bro. Like,
they've been giving Matt all kinds
gotta
of
make some
shit.
money.
Yeah.
We're make money first, fans second. Like
he isn't dodging the show because Dallas is out. He hasn't quit on loving hockey and the caring about the final because Dallas is out. Because that's what some people would lead you to believe in the chat. Yeah.
No, that's.
You're on mute, Matt. You're on mute.
I don't care if my boys make playoffs or don't make.
I think
playoffs.
he's talking
I still watch the hockey till the end of the season.
Matt,
and then
no, he's talking
to 3
to
months because I ain't got the hockey.
Yep.
Hey, but I'll tell you what. You know what's funny? What Ian, Alex, there's a NHL YouTube channel has got they had a final cast with with Jason and somebody else. Some that's pretty interesting.
The
Do they do that every
live
year?
right?
Yeah.
No,
do they do that every year, or is
they
that
just started
something new?
I think so.
Interesting.
Nope.
Do you notice how many live betcasts and watch along shit there is tonight for this game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's way more than I've ever seen before, and I kind of feel like we started this damn movement. Yeah.
No, in general though, not just because the playoffs or the finals.
Yeah,
I'm saying in general, and there's even products around like watching, basically like kind of like a streaming product to watch
We're the
broadcast
OGs
the
of
game.
this shit. Don't ever forget it. Everyone out there,
Yeah.
First people to do Betcast and watch
Like,
along, whatever you want to call it.
And the words of Nirvana, "Come as you are," too. That's the best part. There's no.
Oh yeah.
I'll be on everybody's ass about it. There's no way. There's no anybody's gonna forget about Ice Guys.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the OG shit.
We know what we started and what we've innovated. We don't forget about it.
Right?
It's cool. What do they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery. So.
There you go. Man, Landon, you have so much positive energy tonight. I really like it.
Oh, I'm usually in general. As long as I don't run out of, I can't. It's not Patreon. Catch me on Patreon. I'll tell you the rest of that story. As long as we don't run out of herbs and spices in the kitchen, I'm positive.
Hey.
No,
but I was not positive. Oh shit! We got us a game here, Ice Guys.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man, Edmonton! Whoa, it's 4-3.
Shout out to chat. The +1.5. I heard someone was asking if that's alive. You're live now, but got us a game.
Ryan
I took the over 2.5. I took the over 2.5 in the period at plus money, so that one's live.
Looking good.
Kulak with the shot.
Kulak had the shot. I actually took him as like a
McLeod
flyer.
with the tip. That's a McLeod goal prop for me.
God damn it.
Holy shit,
That's
that was
kinda hoping it
plus.
was Kulak.
What the hell was that? Plus 750?
He's
Yeah,
been
it was
putting
close
so
to
much
that.
shots on goal. I had
Yeah,
a
baby.
feeling that one of them was going to go in.
Holy mackerel! What a huge price that was. on
Oh,
that.
come on. Let's
Plus
buckle down.
725. Ryan McLeod.
Let's buckle
4-3.
down. Let's make this a wrap.
Yeah.
Anything
Barkov.
under 7.5 is in danger.
Yep.
No,
Did you take under 7.5?
keep your nose off the table.
That sucks, man. Sorry.
Again, though, it's a non-big gun scoring there for the.
Yep.
Nice deflection.
Yep.
It's not a Hyman, Draisaitl, or Nugent Hopkins, or McDavid.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, we're gonna have ourselves a finish now. 5 minutes and
Yeah.
it's a 1-goal game again.
Crowd should be losing their minds or their tongue.
Someone tell Perlo, don't jump.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah.
Right?
it. Sounds like they're losing their mind.
Well, at least they've decided to show up. Right? Like shit.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah,
you know what it
no
is? It's a
shit.
shot from the
I
point,
agree.
traffic and a tip
I
in
agree.
front. Like, where was this earlier in the game there when they were trying to be too
Right.
fancy
At least they
fancy?
showed up.
Yep.
That's
Have some
that's what I
fucking
wanted to
pride,
say
you know?
earlier was take Bob's eyes away from him. That's how
Yeah.
you score.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
Fuck, they are buzzing.
They are. While the crowd's going nuts, this is going to be
Yeah.
a 4 minutes to sweat here if you're Florida a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are pushing Edmonton.
Well,
4 minutes
Oilers
to
were
go.
probably getting close to pulling their goalie too, being down 2
That's the
before they
thing.
scored that.
Yeah.
Weather
Whoa.
before weather the storm.
God,
Wait for
is
the
that
18
McDavid?
Mhm.
Wow.
That looked
Is
like
that
a big
McDavid?
save.
Who the
It'd be
fuck
nice
is
for
that? Can't even see
97 to have a big moment if you're Edmonton. That's what you're thinking. Yeah. Here's your chance, my friend. Yeah.
whoever that was just buzzing around is really good.
Yeah.
Get it back in.
Yeah, that was McDavid.
Oh,
Oh, they're buzzing. Oh, I can't keep it in though. Oh, but they are buzzing. They are buzzing for the first time in a long time here. Yeah.
yep. A little bit of life.
Well, it's about fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay, so
This is
Make
their
it a
like
series.
this is their last ditch effort. They might not even get this game though. That's so sad.
3 minutes left.
You got to pull the goalie, right? We're in that territory.
Probably
now.
when they get to 2.5. Is when it's going to happen. Yep.
oh,
They might. Oh, this is so intense.
Oh, this is the series right here in the last 2.5 minutes. It's either
Yeah, this is
Edmonton's going to tie
basically
and
it.
still have a breath of life, or this could be over Saturday, Monday or Tuesday at the or
that's a bad non-call.
Loading
Fuck,
up,
that's a bad
empty
non-call.
net. Kachuk, here it comes.
I don't think that was anything.
Oh, they still haven't pulled Skinner
No.
yet. You can't get the puck.
Maybe it was.
'cause
I
they
don't know.
can't-
It didn't look like anything to me.
2:20 to go.
You got to
Maybe
do
it
it
was.
now.
Sorry, Goose. I
Nope,
don't
there's
know.
an icing.
Oh,
Nope, they
look
waved
at
it
that
off.
shit.
How the fuck did that get waved off?
Oh,
That
yeah,
might have
I'll
been
get
a
that
call. That might have been one. I don't know. I'm not a ref.
Christ, control the puck. Control it. Fuck me.
Sorry.
Man alive, we've hit some nice goal props tonight. Fogel scored the first one, did he not? Yes.
Yeah.
Plus 825 on that.
Wow. Who the
Ryan
hell is that?
McLeod plus 725.
Who
Barkov
is
plus
McLeod?
310. Bennett plus 380.
Oh, look
Holy
at that.
fuck.
They go, well, that's when the face off. They're pulling the goalie right now.
71 had a chance to tie it.
Oh my
minutes.
God.
Oh,
I gotta,
We call it
that was
oh
timeout
my
now.
God. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to be right back.
Cheshire
They
Cat's
calling
getting
timeout?
nervous.
No, he's about to go to the podium.
If McLeod just slid that 5-hole, it was in.
Oh. Okay, so what the? Uh-oh. Dog on the loose. Walla, come here, baby.
That's the Baja men. Who
It's nice
let
that we're
the
getting
dogs
actually
out?
dramatic finish, to be honest. Yeah.
Nala, come here.
Now the key for Edmonton is you got to get control of the draw here
Yes.
coming up. Have to. Because then if you do and you get it in, you're going to get to Skinner out of the net.
So Knobloch just had one finger up, so probably about 1 minute mark they're going to pull him. Give
I
or
wouldn't
take.
wait that long.
I wouldn't be either. I'd be again, you got to get possession. You got to get it in the zone, right? Like that's the thing. That's the one thing they have been able to do here.
Florida doing a nice job there. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, how in the fuck? Why does it take this long to get going? How?
All right, there we go. I think he's going to come out now. They got into the offensive zone. Yep.
They
Here
should have
comes
scored
Skinner.
the first period.
Out of the net.
125.
Yeah, 125.
No 140.
Okay.
All right, net empty. Edmonton in the offensive zone. Wheeling it around to the outside, though, at least as of right now.
Still not established in the middle of the ice.
Oh, they just missed.
Oh, man. Down the ice and off the outside of the post for Florida. Into the empty net, almost into the empty net. Off the outside of the post. Holy shit, that was close. So it'll be icing instead.
And I think it was Bennett too.
1 minute left, and they're probably going to use. Yeah, they are. They're going to use their
call
timeout.
timeout.
Edmonton.
Look at that. Oh,
Here we go. 1 minute.
This is it, man. This is kind of exciting.
This is the climax right here.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
Best game of the goddamn series.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Like shit. But my issue is that where was this game 2? Like
That
where
was
was game
so
1?
close.
Where's the game 2? Like shit. You had to wait this long to be
For
going
real.
down 3-0?
Yeah, where was first period?
Yeah,
They
right?
could have
Like,
showed up first period, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
yeah.
Put your shirt on, kid. I hate that little kid with the shirt off.
Isn't that guy in Florida?
Kind of weird. It's kind of weird, dude.
He's not in Edmonton, is he?
No, that kid was in Florida. That kid
He's in
was
Edmonton. No, he's there. He's there.
Probably.
Oh, is he
probably
really?
lives in that
Yes, he's
small
there.
house.
Him and his creepy dad are there.
His creepy dad.
Any dad that tells his kid to take his clothing off in a public event, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
true, but at least creepy dad can afford to bring
Any
his kid.
level,
Here
bro.
we
That's
go.
weird.
1 minute to go, fellas. This is the penultimate moment right here.
Yeah. Clutch
Nope.
time.
There you go. Oh,
Let's have some Ice Guys
Hey
OT.
guys, I'm like 8 seconds behind you, so
I am not
Pause.
going to say anything. Yeah.
So, all right, so I'm going to go on mute for the last
Yeah, you
minute.
too, Goose. Goose is
damn it,
right there
damn
with
it. No,
me.
you
so
guys
we
go
don't want
ahead. Do
Goose-
whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's all good. Oh! Oh my God.
Yeah, Florida almost had a crack at the end. Well, they did have a
Oh, that
crack
was
at the end
Barkov.
again, but yeah.
That was almost our second goal.
Yep.
Sorry, I played it again, Alex. Really liked it.
Good for you. Yeah, I should have went back with Barkov.
Yeah, it was just like a concussion protocol that they put him on. You know,
I wasn't worried about his
Apparently-
injury. I just liked the spot with Nugent Hopkins. I thought if Edmonton was going to score first, he'd be the guy. But I should have just had.
All right, Edmonton's
Barkov
in the
come
zone.
on.
30 seconds. Oh, it's a huge scrum in the corner. Just in Florida's just trying to freeze the puck and eat it.
oh my God, 30
Kill the
seconds.
time.
Same thing they did against the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they're the way better team. They deserve to win this.
Look at this. It's like 25 seconds just killed in the corner, and they clear it out.
Yep.
And that's
It's
going to do it.
incredible, dude. Holy
Real.
There's
shit.
no time left. That's it.
Holy shit.
Pain.
The Panthers,
It's a good ass team, man.
they hang on. You know what's hilarious? Both of my fucking same game parlays cashed because I had
Nice.
under 7.5
That was right
and
on the
yeah.
over
level.
3.5.
Yeah.
and over 3.5 with the plus
What a
2.5 on
idiot.
both sides.
Great
Oh,
night, man.
Yeah.
Great night.
Great to cash both of those. And we had the full game over. All of a sudden, what looked like it was a pretty shitty start to the night turned out. And plus all those fucking goal props hit.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
huge.
we'll take it.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's a nice night at the end of the day. So Florida up 3-0 and have a chance to sweep this series on Saturday night in Edmonton. And all of a sudden, we do have a tentative Betcast scheduled for Game 5.
Nice.
And now I'm not so sure we're going to see a Game 5.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. What a job by the Florida Panthers. What can you say? Just outstanding by them. Look, a little buckle in the third. Edmonton, made it interesting. Got a little, rough around the collar for a minute there for Florida, but no panic. Just an outstanding job for the whole game. They capitalized on their chances. Edmonton spent 2 periods being too fancy and trying to make the perfect play. And by then it was too late. The third period, they finally simplified it, started shooting from everywhere. And that's how they got their 2 goals that they scored. One went in off Mikkola and the other was the deflection by McLeod. Simplistic shit that they just refused to commit to, unfortunately, in the first 2 periods. So, yeah, not a bad night and definitely an entertaining game. No question.
Yeah.
Very entertaining game. You knew Edmonton was not going to quit, and credit to Edmonton. They did not quit. That's the one thing I got to give them. They were down 4-1, could have packed it in. They didn't. They battled right to the end. They're just unfortunately not the better team, in this series. And, that's really what it boils down to. Great Betcast. We'll just go around the horn and get some final thoughts. And before we wrap it up here on the Betcast, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. We'll start with Rich H. Rich, I don't know how you feel. You're a Canuck fan that was beaten by these Edmonton Oilers, and yet you're wearing an Edmonton jersey and you just watched the team of said jersey you're wearing lose. Where are your emotions right now?
They're on the beach. It's just hockey at this point.
There we go. Yeah, it's just for for decoration. They're playing. I'll put the jersey on. What the hell for the Betcast? Yeah.
I like what you just said though, and I'm not sure if you realized it. It was like a Yogi Berra. You said it was a nice night at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I kind of like that. That's
kind of
that is a nice night at the end of the day. Great line, absolutely. And like I said,
Well
for
done.
Edmonton, they're now up against it. There's no question. Landon, great to have you with us again. This might be our final Betcast. We're gonna have one Game 5 on Tuesday if there is a Game 5, but it's a big fucking if right now with where the series is. But Landon, let's hear from you. Final thoughts on the night.
No if. That's it. This is the last one, boys.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Pay the. Make sure you tip your bartender on the way out. Tell your friends and family you love them. Get home safely. Like Semisonic said, closing time. That's it. It's a wrap. It was fun. Like 100%. Always a blast to jump on the Betcast. Interesting to see the way things pan out. Kid you not, I walked away a couple of days like, how the fuck did we lose that series as a Stars fan? And then when I take a step back, it's just opportunistic moments. They were better on the power play. Everything else, I haven't been on actually.
Dallas has beaten Florida in this series either.
No, at least, but I think we're making it more entertaining. I think we're going to have more Betcasts if Dallas is playing in Florida. I think we'd at least be able to have Game 6, Game 7. But Connor McDavid said it for himself. They got fucking lucky. Hockey gods gave it, but guess what? Legacy. Good luck getting the next cover of NHL 2025, McDavid.
Right. Yep.
We're gonna see another Florida. We're gonna see Florida Panthers on that. I think maybe even Bobrovsky. Shout out to the goalie.
Could be. Yep.
Conn Smythe. I think he's like a -200. It's just surging favorite. But at the end of the day, it's always good. It's a great day for hockey. Appreciate the fucking Ice Guys to the fullest. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Join the Patreon because there's more shit coming and you don't even know. If y'all think you know, you have no idea. That's all I'm going to say.
We got off-season content. We got lots of stuff coming over the summer, even when there's no NHL hockey. So $10 per month. Make sure you sign up, patreon.com/iceguys. I just want to throw this on there. Yeah, Matt had to leave. Sorry, I had to jump. Love you all. No problem, Matt. Even Bailey and poor Bailey. Shots fired.
I love it.
Here. Bailey and Bailey's not as bad as some of the others, like Panger Life, and there's another one that called him Dallas Boy, and it wasn't Bailey. So you've got bigger enemies than that. Yeah.
I know it, but it doesn't matter because trolls, views, it's all the same. Comment, engage.
Chirp in the chat, that's normal.
Trolls, chat's normal. Nothing wrong with that.
We're not all kumbaya.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. We're all welcome as long as you're not being, degrading anyone with race and anything like that. We'll let a lot slide when it comes to the chat here for the Ice Guys show. Jordan, our champion participant here of the Betcast tonight, 2-time Kelly Cup champion. Again, another congratulations on that. I know you had a great week of partying and celebrating, and you got a summer off season of golf and probably some vacation time. You're going to obviously have to do some exercising, keep yourself fit for the next season and all that. But I'm sure you're ready to have an enjoyable off season, and you've earned it. Like you grinded there to win that cup. For a second time for you, third for the team in a row. Enjoy the summer, man. Indulge in it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great season so far. For the Betcast and everything, I think the Oilers are going to get it done in Game 4. I truly do.
Really?
I think it's going to go back to Florida. I do think Florida will win Game 5, but I think the Oilers will push it.
See, I've been burnt, Jordan. I understand what you're saying because I've been burned betting the team up 3-0 in the series in Game 4 a couple of times. I have been burned by it, and the team that's been down 3-0 has won, and then they lose in Game 5. More often than not. That's what ends up happening. So I'm on the fence with Game 4, but we got a couple of days, to think of it and what we're going to do. And what's your who did you pick in the golf, Jordan? The U.S. Open.
I got a lot of guys. Oberd and DeChambeau are probably my big two. I have Fitzpatrick winning too, but that wasn't looking too good after today. So I think DeChambeau is primed to win another one. So
He's just got, as long as the putter is not going to go wayward on him, he's going to have a really good chance, I think, to win the U.S. Open this weekend for sure. No doubt. And there you go. There's Jordan. Like I said, and he's got the interest too in betting. That's why he's here. And he's been with us obviously for several Betcasts, couple of daily shows. So Jordan's one of us, one of the Ice Guys fam, and great to have him on the Betcast. Cheshire Cat. You have been you're loving this Florida run. I can tell. Look at that smile. You can tell he's just so happy with this Panthers.
I'm loving it.
You love this team. So here's your chance to talk about it.
I do. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love the team. I think it's a fucking phenomenal team. It's one of my favorite ones to watch this whole year. Really happy to see them have this run to the Stanley Cup. I didn't see it going quite this way because I was really impressed with the Stars too. And so I really thought the Stars were going to win that series. I was surprised that they didn't. And I thought that maybe the Oilers knew shit that I didn't know about or something. I don't know. It was really weird. But I'm really happy to see it be 3-0. I'm also happy that the Celtics are 3-0 too. I know it's a whole different sport. But it's looking
good. Could have
good
two sweeps in the NBA and NHL Stanley Cup final. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like what you said about like avoiding the sweep so they win in 5, they don't win in 4. Because it makes me think about, oh shit, okay, other stuff could happen, so don't get like too bullish on it. But I don't see how they're gonna beat the Panthers. The Panthers haven't even really been down and had to fight back, and they're the comeback cats. That's like what they're known for. It's like coming back in games.
That's what Goldie calls them.
Cardiac cats. Yeah. They come back and they win games. They haven't even had to do that really.
No.
So I don't know.
They barely trailed in this series. Yep.
I'm not afraid to say that I think they sweep, but that's just my own opinion. I love the Ice Guys. I love everybody. Thank you all for being on here tonight. Jordan, just meeting you. It's nice to meet you. Landon, awesome positive energy. Rich, you're the shit. Hate the jersey.
He hates the jersey too. He just won't admit it. Yeah.
Use your red. Alex, Ian, love you. That's
we appreciate it, Cheshire Cat. Like I say, this might be the last Betcast, depending on what happens Saturday. And if it is, it's been a hell of a ride, hell of a season indeed. And Goose, one of the many that's been with us for so many of these Betcasts. Oilers on the brink of elimination. That is, yep.
Not having any skin in the game and not caring whether either team wins or loses doesn't really matter. I'll be honest. Every year if a Canadian team makes it, I go, okay, they're not the Leafs, but go Oilers. I even cheered for the Canadians back in the bubble. Oh my Lord.
Oh my gosh, that's
right. But it's
that tells you how united to the country you are.
Yeah. So having said all that, again, another great season with you guys. Ever since I found you guys, it's been fantastic. I love shooting hockey with guys that understand the game, know the nuances, and the ability to just sit here and just take a shot every once in a while. I love it. I will say this. Come next year, September, October, whenever we get together for our first Betcast, I will have some
road trip
major news. Yeah. Major news.
Okay.
But I can't say anything right now because I'm not allowed.
Gotcha.
All right.
So that's all we got.
Ooh,
that's all we got. So
you got me in suspense right now. By the way, Saturday we're going to be on with the Daily Show. I'm going to remember that, Goose, definitely, that we've got some big news.
You asked road trip. First Betcast next year. You ask me what the news is, and I'll tell you. And
Goose won the lottery.
No, I wish. If I was winning the lottery, I'd be fucking screaming.
That does nothing for me, Rich.
Having said that, now that hockey's almost over, I will be planning the parade for the Stanley Cup parade in Toronto next year. Have no fear; it's already good to go. Toronto's going to win. It's all good.
Well, Jordan, you're a Toronto guy. You love the Leafs still,
right? Oh, yeah. Every year, man. It's what we do. Other than that, I hope you all have a great summer because I am firmly convinced this ends Saturday.
There you
I
go.
don't see Edmonton winning. I really don't. So
and it might be.
If it goes 5, so be it. You might see me on the Betcast, but everybody be safe. Have a good summer. I hope your families are great. I hope you are great. I look forward to seeing all of you again next year.
Yep.
And you know what? Fuck, it's been another good year, guys. Fuck. That's all I got, man. That's it.
Well, especially if a certain team wins the Stanley Cup from a
Right?
betting and financial standpoint for Alex and I.
Yeah.
We're up to our eyeballs in Florida Cup futures
That's
here.
good. That's good.
And we're hoping one more win to feel that. Yeah. There you
The
go.
only feature I had was Edmonton. That was it. And I'm kissing that one goodbye because I don't see that coming through. 3-0.
Yeah.
Only one team has come back from 3-0 down to win the Stanley Cup.
42
And we
Leafs.
all know who that was.
Yeah.
42 Leafs. Yeah.
Yeah. 42
There you go.
way back in the day before
Yeah,
television.
way back in the day.
Nobody
That's
thought back then. except the people in the building.
1942.
That is
1942, man.
Yeah.
Not happening.
There's no
Bro,
video
Alex.
footage of it because
1942 ain't walking through the door. There ain't no fucking World War II shit.
World War II.
You
World War
know.
II is not walking through that. The
I
Allies
don't
is
know
not
the
walking
player's
through that
name.
door.
man.
Giuseppe McKenzie ain't walking through the door.
Pretty good, Lane.
No, this is it. I'm
Excellent.
firmly convinced it's going to be a 4-0 sweep. I don't see Edmonton showing up. I really don't. So, to all the Edmonton fans who might be listening and might be watching, sorry. Better luck next year.
No doubt. So this might be the last Betcast if this ends in a sweep, which means Saturday might be the last game preview show that we have at noon Eastern, our regular time on Saturday. By the way, we do have a guest Saturday. Chris Bruton is going to be joining us. He played pro hockey many years, and he's very famous for one thing, and it's got nothing to do with anything he did during a game. Broke the fucking Memorial Cup trophy in 2008 with the Spokane Chiefs.
Is that the one that got dropped?
He dropped it. Yes,
That's right, too. I remember that.
Yep, 2008
That's something
Spokane
I would
Chiefs
do.
Memorial Cup. He dropped the fucking trophy. That's
Yeah,
the guy.
I remember
He's gonna be
that.
on the show with us.
And they all
on
stood
Saturday.
there sheepishly with the parts trying to hold it
Put
together.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
some
that was funny as
WD-40
fuck,
on it or
actually.
something. Yeah.
Nice.
Glue it back together. Yeah, the whole fucking the cup part of the trophy just
Yeah.
right off. And then funny, it's a classic clip. It was 2008. It happened
Yeah, it is
16 years
classic.
ago.
Are you gonna
On
show
that
it?
team, and he's the one that dropped that with the
Oh, yeah.
Spokane
Of course, we have to
Chiefs.
show it.
Yeah, of course we're going to talk about it.
We have to
100%.
show that.
Of course we do. And we will show it on the show on Saturday. And he doesn't mind. He was expecting that 100%. Alex, sum up the night of Florida, 1 win away.
Well, I know everybody wants to see more hockey and everybody doesn't want everything to end, but I'm pretty sure Saturday is the last NHL game of the season. And it was a valiant effort by Edmonton tonight, but what did Jadakiss say? It's good, but it's not enough. And that's just how it rolls. So it's Florida looking like they're on their way to having the cup in the new state of hockey. And but as far as the Betcast goes, a wonderful night tonight. Shout out to Shay and his son and
Shane Carson, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, shout out Shay, shout out Carson for them, coming on and telling their story. And the fact that we're able to make the impact of where people in Kentucky, where it said the only time you find ice is in a drink, they're loving hockey and rooting for the Preds. And got little Carson playing youth hockey. Those are the things that I really enjoy about this show more than anything else. As much as I love winning bets and hanging out with you guys and getting drunk, but just being able to impact the game as far as creating new fans around North America and the world. Be able to do that is truly special. That means a lot to me. So I really appreciate hearing every one of those stories and appreciate every one of you that watch the Betcast, the regular shows, and everything else throughout these years. So cheers to all you guys. And if this is the last Betcast, then cheers to everybody. And if not, we'll see you on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Well said, Alex. All I'll say is a fun night. It ended up being a little bit better profitability-wise thanks to the third period. It got a couple more goal props. The full game over hit. We ended up getting both same game parlays. Ended up cashing in the +2.5 both sides with over 3.5 and the one with under 7.5. Both cashed in.
Yep.
By the skin of our teeth, we'll take it. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. If this is the last Betcast, which we don't know yet, but if it is, it's been a great season of it. We do have a show Saturday. We know that.
Yes.
Noon Eastern, and we'll tee up Game 4. Alex, Goose, Cheshire Cat, Jordan, Landon, Rich H, Lou earlier, Matt earlier, Shay and Carson earlier that joined us. He was the star of the night, Carson.
He was. He was funny as fuck,
he
that
was.
look.
Yeah, he's
He was.
That's bright too. He knows his
Yeah,
stuff.
he knows his hockey for
I
kids
wasn't
to just
kidding.
pick it up.
I said he's already a candidate because we need someone that's very, very young right
You're upside
now.
down,
I'm not
Landon.
giving up this job.
Ah,
That reminds me of me.
You're upside
when I was
down, buddy.
Yeah.
Just fucking saying all sorts
Yeah,
of
get
weird
that
shit.
logo straight.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
better. Get that Ice Guys logo straight. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I'm not giving up this show until I'm dead and buried. That's like I plan on doing it that long. I mean, Alex too, and I think even Matt too. Or we're going to keep doing this for as long as we're physically able to.
Yeah.
But at some point, I do think if we have to pass the baton to somebody, Carson Walker might have thrown his name into the ring tonight with his performance there on the Betcast tonight. But shout out to them. Shout out to everyone that was on the stream, everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. It was a hell of a game tonight. And again, we're back with you next on Saturday, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and we will tee up Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final, what could be the last NHL game of
Dustpans.
Yeah, brooms. Bring your brooms.
Getting ready for a swing, like the curling people say, hard, real hard.
Same to you, Terry.
Yeah, bring out those brooms. Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks for joining us. Everyone in the chat as well. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great
Cheers,
Thursday
boys.
night. We'll see you Saturday for another edition of the Ice Guys.
Go Stars!